Live. That's it.
I thought
We
you
are
had to
up.
hit that blue button down there.
You could do it. Be good to go.
By the time I see that we're here, we will have already sat here for a little while. Okay, so if you guys are all here, you know the rules. Everybody's got to come in single file. I don't know why it says we're buffering over there. Hope we're not actually buffering. Single file, 6 feet distance. You know, you don't want to get too close. We're doing the social distance thing. Hopefully you can also hear me. If you can't, please let me know.
Let us know if you can hear us. We're playing with new lighting, new audio. Well, not new, but you know, we have to set it all up.
I have to back out
different every time,
and then get back in because my screen never went live.
Yeah, you know what? It says we are live. Waiting for the Symans to go live. We are live.
We are live. See, you did it weird this time.
I did do it weird this time. All right.
I don't think we're actually live.
I'm gonna back out and go back in.
I'll just wait here.
Okay, maybe we're not live.
It says live right there.
It does say live.
For a minute and 20 seconds.
Wait a second.
Oh, now it says a minute and 5 seconds.
Oh, now we're live.
Backwards.
Now we're live.
Are we now?
Yep, see?
Oh, I got a commercial.
Pre-run.
Does that mean we're not actually live? Because now I'm real confused.
Think they heard.
Oh boy, I don't know what that means.
I don't think they heard any of that stuff.
What part of mute your phone?
Hey, I forgot that part. Skip. And now we're live.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
they see us.
Then surprise, we're here now.
Yeah, we're here now. We are good. We are live.
I still need to see my chat.
I see us. I got to get chat lined up, everybody. I see everybody filing in.
Like I was saying, when I don't think you guys were here yet, you know, make sure you're going in single file. Don't push at the door. Everybody will find a seat. It's fine. And keep your social distance practices, you know, on hand, 6 feet apart. Mask if you want to.
All right, good.
Once
We've
here,
got
you can take
92 likes and 150 people in, so we've got 60 people that don't like us yet. That's okay.
It's okay. I won't take it personal.
No.
Oh, look, people are here.
They're saying hello,
hi.
hello. We see them all. Hello, Mary the Lurker Baker. I saw her.
Yep.
I saw Raggedy Ann and Louise and Franny Johnson and Chris West.
Sarah C, Queen B, Nettie, Rosemary Loveland,
Marcy, Brenda, Deborah? I don't know Deborah. Do you know
I
Deborah?
don't recognize the last
Hello,
name because
Deborah.
I probably stumbled over it.
All right, I'm going to say this,
before.
and I say it pretty much every time. If you're new and this is your first Q&A, put new Chris West.
Like
don't put
for
new.
Real new.
For real new.
Not Chris West new.
No. Yep.
But if you're new, send us a little hi or a wave emoji.
I think this is our first live Q&A since the interview. Since the Homesteady interview went out. So we might have some new Homesteady folks here.
Right.
And welcome if you're here.
Well, welcome everybody that you're here. While we're waiting for our chat to
hello from Ohio
I'm at a loss for words.
You are.
Today.
You're stumbling.
I'm like.
Do you have adult beverage in that thing or no? Well, that's the problem.
No. Okay, so like I said, as the new people are figuring out how to write new or an emoji, if you're Carol Holbert, she's still trying to figure out emojis. This is special.
She'll be good. She'll be good.
Then, you know, send us a quick hello in chat. But while we're waiting for that, I did just want to make a quick kind of, you know, friendly villager announcement. More of a PSA. Nothing bad, so don't worry, nobody's in trouble. Not this time at least. Not this time at least.
Not yet.
The night is still young.
Yeah.
Due to, you know, the current events and the unprecedented times that our world is living in with COVID and everything, it's starting to hit kind of close. And we've got some of our villagers are battling COVID now. So we just want our villagers, our community, to rally around Allison and Lori Coleman, who are both battling with COVID, and Lori's husband, who also is battling COVID, and he's, you know, quite ill right now and could really use some prayers and some hearts, and Lori could use some support because, you know, it's not easy for her to be there you know, not really be there because you can't go to the hospital. You can't
Right.
be with your loved ones. So
Yeah.
imagine,
Yeah.
you know, being in her shoes and how hard that must be. So I want to make sure that, you know, we support all of our villagers, but especially the ones who are going through some really hard times right now with COVID.
Yeah, definitely. And not only the ones that are sick with COVID, but the ones that that life has kind of been turned upside down in all different ways, whether it's financially or like you can't. See, you got your word thing.
It's contagious. Yeah.
So I said it to somebody yesterday or today. Like, these kids have to go back to school. Like, Quinn and Olivia haven't been away from each other like in so long. They want to, like, they're constantly, he's touching me. So it's like, this is affecting everybody in all different ways. So yeah, we're all in this together. That's really it.
We are. It's
And I just had, not to get too political or too Debbie Downer before we start talking about good stuff. I just think it's going to get worse. Once it gets colder, it's going to get worse. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think our children have really, we haven't really had a come to Jesus moment with them quite yet. There's a high probability that we are going to continue distance learning right from the beginning of the school year.
Right.
Our districts that we're in have not made a final decision as far as what school will look like come September, but I'm fully aware that cold and flu season, oh God.
Yeah.
Last year, somebody in the house was sick from the end of October through
Kidding season? No?
late January.
Yeah.
Late January was when I finished up with the flu.
Yep.
So that was a hard year, and something like COVID with so many unknowns.
Yeah.
Let's not tempt fate with that one. So I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm
Look
not-
what
what's that?
Cheryl Ann just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheryl Ann said my kids are fighting with their depression so bad.
Yeah, and I think, Tyler's going through a lot. He's been in a funk for the last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Quinn and Olivia are beating each other up. To
They're
be honest,
fine though. Everybody's happy.
Oh, they're all healthy, happy,
it's
whatever.
Just,
but it's just like
time. They should be
Oh
going
my
to
God.
summer camps and hanging out with their friends, and we still have to do the right thing and the safe thing.
Right.
So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, I guess, real quick.
Yep.
Do you have anything else on your list?
I didn't really have anything else on my list.
We came unprepared.
We came very unprepared. We came dirty from working on the pillars. Somebody asked earlier, how are the pillars going? I saw it up here somewhere. I hope I don't put my toe in front of your face. Who trims their toenails right before they go live? I do. I just did.
I don't. I didn't.
That was funny. I almost put that out on Twitter, but
Cutting your toenails before you go live on YouTube?
Who else has to trim their toenail? Well, I come barefoot. I do hope it's comfortable.
I'm barefoot.
Yeah, somebody asked. I was trying to scroll back to see who it was. Here it is.
Oh, Nettie asked, how are the pillars coming along? So that's your question, because I pretty much threw in the towel. Not really, but I'm just conveniently busy every time he works on the pillars.
She is.
Look, I'm a busy lady.
And you are. And they're coming along. They are. They're
How
coming
many stones did you get up today?
No, today, it's funny. If you guys follow on Instagram, I was doing a lot of Instagram stories today about the pillars. I'm about to drop on YouTube a Netflix-style release. I don't know when. I don't know if it's going to be this week or next week, but I have 6 videos that we've made of the pillars. It was day 1 where you and I were putting pillar stones on, the stones that go on the outside. And then day 2, and I think by day 3 you threw in the towel. And then day 4, and then day 5.
You want to know when I threw the towel in?
When?
Here we go. I don't mind putting up the edges. I'm actually really good at putting up the edges.
When she says edges, she means corners.
The corner pieces. They're literally 90-degree stones that you
stack on top
of each other all the way up the sides of each corner of the pillar. I'm really good at that. It's the middle part that I'm not so good at, and I probably worked out there for 2 days on the middle.
Yeah, I think you were on day 1, 2, and 3 out of the pillars.
And I decided that the middle just isn't for me.
Yeah. Yeah, so then Rob helped me out on one day.
And he's even worse.
He also decided that this is not for me.
And it's not, and Rob and I are very similar in that we both are
very
OCD. And we just can't figure it out.
You can't be OCD in this process.
I can't figure this out in a way that looks the way I want it to look. And so
look at Tina go. She just dropped an Instagram link.
Wow.
She's good. That was impressive.
Did Brenda and you go to a training seminar? I wasn't aware of.
I almost want to click on the link and see what it does. Let's click on it.
Great, now we're not in our
Hang on, guys. I want to see what she posted.
Okay, let's see what she posts.
Oh, well, hang on. Okay.
Oh, well, you have to hit the story.
Oh, okay.
It's not. It's a link to our Instagram account.
Got it. Okay, that was the link.
Not necessarily the story.
Got it.
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can link to the story. So yeah, go to Instagram, follow us there. It's just what happened was.
What happened was.
It's so much easier for me. I got sick of recording pillar progress. It's like, great, what am I going to do? Post 20 videos of the same thing? I'm like,
or
now,
just a time lapse of all of them.
And the phones overheat because it's so hot out. The camera only can do a 20-minute time lapse, and this takes like 5 hours. So I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm going to take all 6 videos, edit them all out, and drop all 6 of them on YouTube in one day. You can either watch one this day, one the next day, one the next day, or binge watch them all together, whatever you want to do. That's coming soon. But today, so one of the pillars is probably 75% done. That's one pillar.
So there was a little bit of a joke. Before Rob came over and helped for the first day, he came over and dropped something off. I don't remember what it was. But he saw our progress and was like doing the math. He was like, so you'll be done around October 2nd?
Yeah.
And we're like...
Roughly, yeah.
Give or take 2 months, yeah.
So today was actually a good day, though. Like I said, it's not an OCD style project.
No.
It's an art form. Some days you have it, some days you don't. Today the stones were just clicking. Like, I was grabbing one and I was like, oh my gosh, that one fits. Then I grab another one and be like, oh, that one's not going to fit here, but it'll fit here. I got the whole front done. The whole front is done, and half of the left side. I mean, I probably did 6 feet of pillar progress today in 4 hours, which is impressive. We usually get like a foot an hour.
Well, Rob did like 3 bricks in 5 hours.
He did.
And that was after he gave us a hard time
Yeah.
about being here for the next 2 months.
It was pretty funny.
And I was like, really? Let's see you do any better.
He's good with the saw, though.
Sure enough,
he could cut stones like nobody's business. But
3 bricks in 4 hours. I don't know why we keep flashing yellow. I hope we're not buffering.
Flashing yellow just means we're sending video actually too fast to YouTube.
Slow down.
And YouTube's like, stop sending us video so fast.
Slow down.
Yeah. So somebody asked where Stella is. She's actually sleeping right down here on the floor.
She's in the air conditioning breeze down there underneath this table. Yeah. Oh man, I saw something. Oh, so Jessica R asked, are you ready for the soap rollout? I know I am. So here's the thing about when we release a new product, I pretty much, nice job. I told you to mute your phone.
Sorry about that. I hope I didn't just pick up. Swipe down to reject.
Swipe down to reject.
Oh.
Sorry, you'll have to wait until after Q&A.
It was muted.
They're calling real late.
They're from California.
Oh. So every time we release a new product, I get like anxiety. Like, oh God, are people gonna love it as much as I do? Lotion I was less worried about because I had already been making lotion for like 4 years before, and I already kind of rolled that out to friends and family and customers who would come and pick up their chicks when we were hatching chicks. So that was already, and it's something I had used for years, so I already knew it was a great product. So when I released lip balm, I developed lip balm and used it now for like couple months before we rolled it out. And again, I let friends and family, I actually shipped some to our villagers to try and got their feedback. And I was like, okay, Soap I can't do that with.
Nope.
It's a 6-week cure process, and I started making this and building up the inventory, and now I feel like I'm the only one who's really used it.
Right. Plus, there's recipe tweaks.
And I have actually, the soap I make today, I make soap every Thursday. The soap I make now
is different.
A totally different recipe than the one we're launching on Monday.
Now it's not. It's totally different. As in, you tweaked a few things in your recipe.
I got rid of
but
some
to them,
yeah.
I mean, one bar to the other. The first bar, maybe it's going to be good. The second bar, meaning a month or two from now, might be great. Right? Is that? What are you barking at?
No, I actually so I've been testing the charcoal obsession bar.
Right.
I've been testing it. So the one thing I don't love about the soap, if we're being completely honest, and I know you shouldn't talk about things.
We always are.
You shouldn't talk about things you don't like, but this is where my critique comes in. And I don't know if this is all homemade soap or just mine. I wash my hands. It's got a great bubbly lather. It's really creamy. It goes on nice. I can wash, no problem. I go to rinse it off. It's good. And then as I'm drying my hands feel tacky, not sticky or slimy or anything like that, or greasy or anything like that. But it's like the water it like stripped the oils down, which again is good when you're trying to.
It cleaned you almost too good.
It's almost too cleansing to my liking, but not in a way that's long lasting. It's only while my hands dried. As soon as my hands were completely dry, they were like baby butt soft. So that's all. So that's my only critique, is it wasn't long lasting in the tackiness. It was like I was evaporating, and if you go like this a couple of times, it's fine. But I didn't like that feeling.
Yeah.
I don't think that feeling is going to go away regardless to the recipe I use.
No, I don't think so.
But anyway, we're on a different recipe now that in my soap calculator says will be even more creamy and more of all the good things that I already love about this recipe.
Yeah, so it's just like any recipe. Swanky sauce isn't the same today as it was the first time I put it in a bottle.
Right. Little tweaks over the course of several times you make it, and then it all of a sudden is something that's even better than what you started with.
So Chris West asked, did you get her garden book?
I did, the Garden Bible. And I did. I looked through the table of contents. That's as far as I've gotten so far.
I was going to say, you probably haven't gotten far.
No, but it's something that I'm definitely interested in reading more of, because I'm now starting to collect seeds from plants or fruits that we've harvested already this year, which is exciting.
Yes.
I did the chocolate pepper harvest.
You saved those seeds and you put them somewhere? Mm-hmm. Is it like you put them somewhere safe so you won't lose them and then you're going to lose them?
Yes.
I do that all the time.
Just so everybody knows, they're on my shelf to the right of my computer desk, behind my sample size fragrance oils.
There we go.
If I don't know where my chocolate peppers are in about 6 months, I just told
300
almost
people.
300 people, 250 people.
I wonder where everybody is.
Where
it's summer.
It is summer.
And it's really hot. Somebody just said that.
It's also...
Carol Holbert said it's just dang too hot.
It is.
It is. I would
and
agree.
yet I'm sitting here in a blanket.
I know. You asked for
I'm a little crazy. It's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, I am excited. My whole point, yes, I'm excited about soap launching. I've got a lot of anxiety because I want to put something out there that I'm proud of, which I am. I'm proud of it.
Right.
But I want you guys to love it. And I'm not going to know whether you guys love it until you come back and say I love it or I don't love it.
So, help me out with this one here.
What's that? Leon Chastain.
Yes.
Swanky Jerky Eye. Yes. Oh. So that was the poll we put up on Facebook yesterday.
Right. So if you haven't heard on Facebook, it was supposed to be a secret, but we decided to let it out of the bag, let the cat out of the bag.
It's still not a secret. It's still, they don't have any idea what we're doing.
So yeah, we let the cat out of the bag. We might bring Swanky Jerky to the
lineup.
To the lineup, but we're contemplating on whether or not to do it. it's one of those, you got to in order to grow a business, you got to sell more products. But there's two ways to do it: either A, have a lot of products, or B, sell a lot of one product. So it's one of those double-edged swords. Costs a lot of money to launch a new product that I don't have, and it's do we really want to go more into the food side, swanky sauce, swanky jerky, or swanky sauce just let it stand on its own and keep going with the lotion side and the soap and whatever?
This has always been a his and hers.
Yeah,
So I think you having a one-hit wonder doesn't really do you any good.
Right.
I also believe you can't do everything great.
Exactly, and
we have to pick and choose.
Right.
At what point?
Yeah.
Are we not giving
100%
to what we're doing?
And the fact that we can do the lotion, the lip balm, the soap, all right here on the premises and nobody else is involved is more exciting to me than swanky jerky, where I have to go to a commercial kitchen and hire them, and I work with them for the recipe and blah, 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 and then boom, voila, I have swanky jerky. But it's writing a big fat check that I don't have to get it started. But I know it can make money in the end. We want to pull the audience seems excited.
I'm really excited about swanky jerky because I love jerky.
Right.
And it's something that it's a healthy snack.
And my goal is to make it lower sodium than most jerkies and lower sugar and not sugar free, not salt free.
It's not going to be your grocery store
jerky.
It's
not.
It's a high-end jerky that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're not going to do it unless it's of our quality, our standards.
Put it this way: there's one of the best beef jerky places here in Connecticut. It's actually in Goshen, Connecticut. I can't remember the name of it. Tiny little jerky smokehouse. That guy literally sells his beef jerky like $40 a pound. Oh. You go there, but it's super light because there's no water in it, right?
Okay, yeah. So you're getting
you go there and you literally get like 2 pieces, but you're spending like $6-7 on and they're like sheets of jerky, right? They could be like this long by like that wide, right? It's like real meat that was sliced and turned into jerky, which is the same way we would do it, not formed and pressed and processed, and not that. But yeah, he's known all over the world, and he sells it everywhere, and it's ridiculously expensive.
Wow.
But he's built a market for it. Ours will not be that expensive, but we're working with a higher end jerky company. Samples are on the way. We're
it's more than just an idea.
It's more than just an idea.
So that's the thing, is we have a lot of things that are, some of them are just ideas, some of them are already rolling, it was an idea and now the ball is rolling, with recipes and things are coming. And then there's there's different stages of this process.
Yeah.
And I would say yours is not even just an idea. The ball has already started rolling.
We're not moving money, but we're signing paperwork to get more conversations going.
Right.
Because there's certain conversations you can't even have without proper paperwork in order.
Yeah.
So there's stuff like that. So there's always we're always trying to bring new things to the market without making it where we're balancing too many plates and then we can't do anything, right? Because she's not coming up.
Yes, she is.
Come on. So yeah, as for the date, Bo and Coco are all, and who else? Penelope are leaving. We don't know yet. We're working with them to make it all work out and trying to figure out the right date and stuff like that. But as of right now,
we don't know at this point.
And we're aiming mid to late August is pretty much what we're aiming for.
I hope so, but that's only 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, so that's
so
tough.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's circumstances that we can't quite talk about yet. You'll have to just subscribe to the channel and follow along. Hint.
Tell your friends. Yep.
But so
that video gets released when we hit 16,000 subs, so just keep subscribing. I'm just kidding.
The same people go.
More information on the way.
Yeah, there is more information that I'm not at liberty to discuss right now. Claudia Lopez asked, Liz, I saw the post of Penelope's udder development. Is it normal for her to develop milk at 1 year old? So like we discussed in the post, it's not uncommon for a yearling or a never been bred before doe to start producing milk. Like I said, it's called a precocious udder, and it happens. We've had it happen here a couple times. I think Moo developed one, and Lucy developed one as a yearling. Excuse me. Woo. And it happens from time to time. It's indicative. I freaked out when Lucy was the first goat that had one, and I took a picture, sent it to our vet. I was like, what's going on? She's a yearling. I don't even have an intact buck on the property. How is she producing milk? All this stuff. And she goes, no, it's called a precocious udder. It's not uncommon in dairy goats that come from very strong milking lines. She's like, it's pretty indicative that when she is bred, that she'll produce a lot of milk. Now for Lucy, that was not true, but for Moo, it's true.
Yep.
And I don't think anybody else has ever had one, but Penelope, it's got to be true because I know her milking lines. I know her family line. So it's definitely something that I'm looking forward to seeing, especially because she's a moose baby, and moose comes from incredible milking lines. And then, of course, Danica, Deandra, and Poppy all have the same milking line, so I'm very familiar with their capability. So I'm very excited to see what Penelope and Grace and Evelyn, what they all produce this year, but Penelope specifically because of that precocious udder.
Okay, we'll have to talk about how many are we breeding this year.
We'll
have to talk about that later.
I don't make that decision until later on in September.
So I don't want to turn this into like an all business show, but we're running into a milk storage issue.
I know.
I've been searching. So yeah, when you go full time into this, you literally spend full time thinking about everything. And I've been on the mad hunt trying to find a freezer because we're out of freezer space to store milk.
I would prefer a walk-in freezer, but I understand the cost for a walk-in freezer.
Right.
Not new. I'm not looking for new.
No. Well,
it's used, but in a way where we'll get years out of use out of it.
Yeah, we're working on a lot of things that you guys don't know about. Like, freezer space. We had humidity issues in the lotion room and soap area.
Slowed down the soap curing process.
So we had to get a dehumidifier.
Ooh, guys, I'm working on recording every single batch of soap that I make and turning it into a sudsy Sunday where I release a soap making video every Sunday.
Yep, that's happening. Obviously, the food channel.
I don't know when that's going to start.
Aaron Syman at YouTube, YouTube/Aaron Syman. The food channel is actually doing really well. But yeah, we've had a lot of I don't want to say technical issues, but like a dehumidifier. And then the dehumidifier made the lotion room even hotter. So we had to put an air conditioner in there.
Growing pains?
Yeah, it's growing pains. That's exactly what it is. The bigger you get, the bigger the problems get. And now it's freezer space. And I'm working with there's a used freezer for sale in New Haven, and I can't get the person to respond to me. Then there's another used one for sale in Waterbury. These are all like an hour away, and I can't get that person to respond. So it's like these people want to sell them, but it's frustrating. Sorry, I vented there for a minute.
It's okay. Our villagers are very
so that's like but I feel bad because I know YouTube-wise, I'm not putting out as much content as I used to, but I'm doing more than I used to, so it's like that balance of how do I share all this information without sitting here on a couch and venting for an hour. So that's it. Why is October 2nd?
Pretty sure that's her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Chris West, I think.
On
that's
October 2nd.
October 2nd. Remind me again. There was something else I saw. Casper said, I can't think of anything to ask. So, Casper, I'll ask you a question. When did you start to follow us? And if you say I'm not subscribed,
you're fired.
You're fired. Right. I'm just kidding.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course.
Tetris, Equine Prepper. Tetris was the best.
Okay, what are they talking about?
I don't know.
They're not paying attention if they're talking about Tetris and jigsaw puzzles. What happened? Where did we go?
Oh, J&W. Jigsaw puzzles for putting the
Oh,
stones.
now I get
No,
it.
no, no, no.
Oh,
Liz is
and-
good at jigsaw puzzles. She's not good at the stone on the pillars.
Okay,
Big difference.
There's a huge difference because in a jigsaw puzzle, you get a picture of what it's supposed to look like at the end.
This
So
is
you're looking
very
for a
true.
very specific piece. Like, okay, so it's got to be a little purple here and a little yellow here, and it's got, a circle here and a circle there, hole here, hole here. Okay, now we're looking for the piece. That is not how this works. You are making up your pieces as you go.
You make your pieces as you go.
And that doesn't...
With a hammer and a chisel. Yeah.
No, it's like Flintstone shit. I mean, stuff.
No, you were right. It is literally Flintstone stuff. Yeah,
I don't like
You're
the
like
process.
this piece doesn't fit. I just need to chip this corner off. Then you go to chip the corner, and
And
the
the
whole
whole
piece
thing just...
breaks in half.
Nope.
And you're like, ugh, and then you move on. Yeah, no. But I got pretty far today. I was proud of myself. I did pretty good.
I'm proud. Every time I drive by, like if I got to go out and run errands,
Yeah.
I roll the window down, like, you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. I'll be right back.
And then she never comes back.
I do so. I come back. I don't rush home. Let's just say that.
So Lauren Graves asks.
Yep.
And I don't know how far you went. Guys, we're working on so much we can't talk about.
Uh-huh.
Can you guys keep Wacky Wednesdays
Can you keep doing Wacky Wednesdays? That was fun.
You're going
last
to
night.
trip wires off.
So yes, we can keep doing Wacky Wednesdays. They're just going to change ever so slightly.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say.
That's all we can say.
Or
Yeah,
do you
our
wanna
camera
know what you
keeps
used to?
bleeding.
We can talk about this.
No, because I don't want to talk about it if it's not happening anytime soon.
Define soon.
Like a week.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah, she doesn't have time for it.
I'm still making labels for lotion.
Wacky Wednesday will continue, but there'll be a twist at some point.
I gotta fill you in. Okay. What?
Okay, go ahead,
Don't
fill in.
heavy breathe on
Fill
me.
in, and then I'll explain my.
So there is.
So.
What?
Go ahead.
There is. We got approved for YouTube memberships, which is very similar to Patreon, but not Patreon.
Which is very exciting. YouTube's starting to like us.
It's very exciting for us. It is their membership levels. Don't get me wrong, you're not going to have to pay to watch our live cams, to watch our Simon Says Saturdays, all the videos that you're used to right now.
Nope, all free.
They're all free. Nobody
free.
has to pay anything extra to watch those. There will be extra things thrown in there, kind of like our virtual goat snuggles that you guys sign up for and pay for through our website.
Right.
But there's other things on YouTube that we plan on doing, like and it's monthly membership. So if you want it 1 month,
And it
but
starts
you
at
don't,
like $1.
I think we're
$2.
starting it at $1.99, and you get a cute badge. You get a badge for however long you've been a member. So there's membership badges.
One of the coolest parts.
One of the coolest parts is that if you've been a member for a month, you get like this new, like
Say it's a new as in like you're green because you're new,
Sure.
right? Get it, a greenhorn on like Deadliest Catch.
Yeah.
You're new,
And then
it's
a month
green.
later, you've been a member. You've been a member for 2 months, say. Now you get a different color.
And it turns blue,
And 3
and
months,
then-
4 months, 6 months.
And it goes all the way up to like 2 years.
2 years. You can get a 2-year badge.
So like the platinum badge or the gold badge, you can't get that until you're a member for 2 years.
Right.
And it's all built into YouTube. It's very exciting.
Right.
It
But
takes
it
like
takes a
3
long-
months for us to set up.
It takes
a very long time.
It's taken a long time for me to set it up because everything is custom.
Right.
So the badges, I have to design.
Right.
And I want to do cool ones because go big or go home. So
Right.
I want to make some of the badges like our goats. Like when you're a newbie, you get Roman.
Yeah.
You know, because he's young. And then as you go up, maybe at 2 years you get Moo or Danica or Luce, like the queen, whatever. I don't know.
We don't know. We're still working on it.
But then there's also custom emojis that you can use in chat, which I think is really cool.
And no, YouTube builds all those custom emojis,
No,
right?
they don't.
You have to build those emojis?
I have to build them too.
Oh my gosh. This is why it's taken so long.
Yes.
But yeah, it's on the way. Coming soon.
So,
but again, I want to reiterate, and this gives me a way to talk about when I went to Dave Matthews when I was a kid. So Dave Matthews, right? Great band. Been around forever. There's a concert hall here in Connecticut called the Meadows, or at least it used to be called the Meadows, right?
Back in the day.
Back in the day, big concert hall, and there were different levels of seating, right? You had the stage, then you had like the mosh pit section, like where there are no chairs and you just stand in there.
Room only.
Most expensive seats in the building. And then you had all the seats that were like elevated.
Which is weird because they're not even seats.
But you can like touch the performer, right? Like that's why they're expensive, because you're literally right there. And then there's the regular seats, which were still very expensive. I was a kid, 18, 19, 20. So like hundreds of dollars to sit in the seats. And then there was the lawn. And literally you sat on the grass in the rain, probably slid down the hill in the mud. The lawn was like $10 to go sit. You know, to be a part of a Dave Matthews concert for $10 was here. So the theory, we're trying to run a business, right? Obviously, this is not a charity. We've said that from day one. But we give out tons and tons of content for free. And Wacky Wednesdays may have, if you're not a member or you don't pay anything, you're up on the camera on the wall and you're part of Wacky Wednesday. But the members go on this camera, which is the camera right in front of the face of the goats, or something like that. Like, you're at the same event, but you're sitting in different seats because you paid different levels. Just like I mentioned once in the past, ESPN, right? You can watch ESPN on TV, not free because you buy cable, or you can buy the app to your phone and it's like $30 a month and you get like play-by-play and different angles and more stats and more statistics, more access because you pay for it, right? So it's we're learning from a lot of other YouTubers, a lot of other channels as to how to balance the free versus paid content and how not to make people feel left out or isolated
or less a part of our community, because we love you guys and you all are villagers in our books.
And whether you pay $2 a month to help us, because 100 people pay $2 a month, that's $400. That's a car payment. That helps a lot, right? Oh, not really, because YouTube takes like 30%, just so we all know. It just watching our videos adds
We've always said that too.
And that's why Q&As, this couch right here, are always
This
free.
is not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere.
So just
and the
in
live
case
cams 24/7.
Anybody is one. This is why I said anything that you get right now, like this live cam, the barn live cam, kidding season, nothing's changing.
Nothing's changing.
Nothing.
Oh, and kidding season, the close-up cam would be everybody.
Yes.
It'd be everybody.
We're talking about extras, like. You want extra cheese on your deli sandwich, you pay extra. But cheese comes on a deli sandwich for the price of what you pay for, you know. So extras.
And we're totally up for ideas. I mean, we've been getting ideas from other channels that have memberships, other things like that. So we're trying to figure it all out and how to feed 6 people on a YouTube budget. Basically, I mean, I work for Google now. Get it? Google owns YouTube. We work for Google. We work for Google.
Well, they're not paying you enough.
No, they are definitely not. Aaron, how's your hand feeling? Nancy, you know what? On a scale 1 to 10, 10 being super painful, at one point it was an 11.
Oh, at one point you were literally weeping out in pain.
Yeah, like, It was bad.
It hurt.
I would say now it's probably at like a 2 or a 3. Like, every once in a while, I'll grab something, you know, maybe go, like, move I don't know.
Yeah, well, don't do that.
And it'll just hurt. But right now, I could probably survive without this brace. But it's like I have it. I'm going to keep wearing it until
It's kind of like Coco and her situation. Like, you got to be on stall rest until you give it enough time to heal.
Yeah.
And then... start back slowly. Well, okay, Coco didn't start back slowly. She literally was released out into the field where she jumped on everything she could find. Yeah. She went a little crazy, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably swing the golf club maybe once I think this is... The guys are actually waiting. I've never played golf before, ever, on a real golf course. I can swing a club, I can hit a ball, but I've never played. And Kevin and Rob and Javier and those guys all want to go and play golf, but they're waiting for my thumb to get better.
Oh, yeah.
They're waiting for me. And I'm
I didn't want to ignore
Go ahead.
Kathy.
Yeah, I saw it coming up somewhere.
Thank you so much for your super chat. I saw Chris West's super chat as well. Thank you guys. That was very nice of you. Actually, it wasn't really a super chat. It was a sticker.
A super sticker?
It was a
nice.
super sticker.
Super
See,
cute.
a bunch of hearts and love and all that.
Look at that. Kathy Goodyear asked, and this is a really good idea, are you going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony when the gate project is finished? You know what?
That's a really good
We
idea.
probably will.
Now.
We probably will. We still have so much to do. The electronics, actually, I never said that. The electronics is actually the 6th video of the 6 that'll drop Netflix style.
Yeah.
Are pretty much in, just not hooked up. Our masonry contact, the guy John that helped us do all our masonry, he's going to come back and help us tie the white fencing back into the pillars. Plus, we need to bring in blacktop to fix the driveway.
From
cutting it for electrical. So there's a lot. And the electrical, just so we all know, we do have power in House of Pie now. We have working power in House of Pie. We just don't have working internet yet. And that's because I'm too busy working on everything else. So I could technically get working internet in House of Pie if I prioritize, and House of Pie can be up online.
Well, you've got 259 people
that just heard me say that.
Who said, who are all going to vote for moving up that.
The problem is we had another weirdo come down our driveway on Saturday when you were busy. I was not here. They walked into our barn like...
It wasn't Saturday. It was last Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, in other words, the pillars are priority.
It was a family. They drove down the driveway. They parked like they were going to Goat Snuggles, and then they walked into the barn like they were going to Goat Snuggles. You weren't here. I was here with, it was just me and Angie, and we were only like 30 seconds away from going downstairs to make soap, which means they would have entered into the barn and we wouldn't have had a clue.
No.
And I was like, can I help you? They're like, oh, we're here to pet the goats. I'm like...
Okay. Like, why? Yeah, she almost lost her shit.
Because they said, well, I saw on Google that you sell soap and lotion and this and that. I was like, did you see hours of operation?
Yeah, Google says 0 for hours of operation.
I know.
It says nothing.
So
my point is, even though I could technically fire up House of Pie with electrical and internet, and a gate has to be priority. So
I need that.
A good rainy day, though, I can go into House of Pie and start wiring internet. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm waiting for,
Tina's asking on behalf of Lid M. She wants to know, when will the moms be given vitamins to prep them for breeding, and when will Penelope join the herd? So the moms actually get their vitamins, which really the only vitamin they get is zinc, and they actually get that every morning.
Yep.
Every morning they get it. That is for we like to keep their immune systems boosted, especially during the summer when parasites are at their max. Seems to be helping. We cross our fingers every day that we're not fighting with parasites is a blessing right now, especially with this heat. This heat is what will bring the stress level of our girls to a point where the parasites will be opportunistic and take advantage of the girls' stress, the heat stress.
Yeah.
So,
which, speaking of that, thank you for whoever sent the fans. I hooked up one already. I got one already hooked up, aiming on us. So while I'm milking, I'm gonna be like Beyonce while I'm milking.
Oh, I'm so having a Beyonce moment.
My hair's gonna blow around. Like, we literally mounted the fan like right there. So while we're milking, it's blowing right in our face.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing.
To the point where the big fan that like creaks,
it's gonna turn off.
That might move. That might come out of the barn. It doesn't move enough air. These fans
it got old.
It's very old.
It doesn't spin as fast as it used to either.
Right. So
follow-up question too. The one thing that will happen actually before breeding season comes around, will dry up the girls, which means their food calories go down.
Yeah. But
then a couple weeks before we know they're going to come into heat, we'll actually boost it again, and that helps flush. It helps them develop and release as many eggs as they can healthily.
So basically, the month of September.
So later in August.
We're
not going to need the milk because we don't even have freezer space.
Freezer. Oh my god. Yeah.
By the time we breed them in late September, early October,
Yep.
they need to have been dry for a little while.
Yep. Yeah, late September, early October.
There might
They
be
need to be dry. So
a couple
basically,
of them
by
that
the
won't.
end of August, we start drying them up. Basically,
Maybe.
we're milking for another month.
Maybe, yeah.
We're
Maybe
milking
longer.
about a month, month and a half.
Maybe longer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who
I'm not
knows?
sure. Because that
Yeah.
sounds
I
like
did
real
see
gross.
something funny here. Queen Bee is going to buy soap and put it in her dresser drawer so her stuff smells like that soap. That's it.
Yeah.
She's using them to like...
Just put it in like a little organza bag, so
Yeah.
the soap doesn't touch your clothes, but the fragrance
That's
can
pretty
still get
funny.
out.
I thought that was kind
Yeah.
of cool.
I used to do that with
Will you?
a powder.
Oh, Casper, you're onto something. And I don't know. Hang on a second. I gotta look at this. Casper's a girl, I think. You know, this
Oh, I
whole
don't know.
18 dudes thing. I have no idea who's who.
I don't know.
Just asked if we were gonna make bath bombs. By the way, it's on the list of a maybe at some point. It's always.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but
I also
put it this
said I
way.
would have never made goat milk soap. So,
Exactly, my
so.
point. And
I don't know. It's not in my funnel
Right.
of like what I want to make. There's other things I'm working on that.
Yeah.
I know
And she's
Aaron-
funny. If Aaron
Aaron's-
answers, that's not going to happen, and I'm the one that just said maybe.
I know, and I was like, eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one of those things where I've got a
So-
bunch of things that I'm working on. Bath bombs isn't even on the list.
And it's also one of those things, too, from a business perspective. We have to be careful logistically with a lot of $2 and $3 items because it's only the two of us. And I've got my web developer asking me if inventory is correct on the website. And 10 minutes before we go live, I'm like, no, it's not. You need to give me some time. So we got to go downstairs and count thousands of bottles of lotion and soap and make sure. So the more items we have that are only $2, $3, the more I want to punch myself in the face. So it's like soap, nice. It's got a good price point. Beef jerky, 2 flavors, hot and mild, decent price point. We got to be really careful with 2 and 3, and I don't know how much you can sell a bath bomb for.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
It's
So
also
it's like
so I like making things that I use.
right.
You know what I mean?
Of
Like
course.
I have a connection to
Of course.
it,
And
and I
bath
know
bombs
what
are not
I know
one
what
of
I
them.
like, and I know what I don't like. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I use bath bombs, but I also don't take very many baths.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Very true.
but I do use them when I take a bath.
Like once a year.
yeah.
Seriously, the bathtub is literally right behind this door. It's the only one in the house.
No, it's not.
Oh, that's true.
There's one in the basement.
There's one in the basement.
But I definitely don't go to the
definitely
basement to
not
take a
that one.
bath.
But yeah.
Yeah, so I do love bath bombs, and I think if I could make a goat milk bath bomb, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't know the science behind bath bombs yet because I haven't looked
Right.
into it. I don't even know if that's an option.
Right, no idea.
I have no idea.
Book Lover asked a good question. Has any of your cats or anyone else fallen between the walls in the barn?
Oh,
Very
there's
good
a story. Okay, book lover.
You opened up the can of worms
Everybody
tonight.
gather round, sit down on the carpet.
It's story
It's
time.
Story time.
Don't ask any more questions yet because
We're already-
we're at 7:19. Just so you guys know, we're
about
way
20.
behind.
Yeah, we're about 8
Yeah.
minutes behind.
Yeah.
So
hold
let
tight.
me count.
Cats all the time.
Cats all the
Next
time.
answer.
They don't get stuck. They can jump right out. One of Shyla's favorite spots, in fact,
Is to sleep in it.
is in between the pieces of plywood of what used to be where the fan is now. Like YouTube is up on the wall. There's a fan that blows that y'all think sounds like an airplane.
Right.
Blows towards the platform. That wall there used to be an outside wall before we built the rabbitry.
Yep.
Shyla, over the years, it built up with hay, and Shyla likes to go down, and she's kind of dug herself a nest down there, little den, and that's
Yeah.
where she hides from Hunter because Hunter and Shyla don't get along. Now, going even further back,
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go.
do you remember the very first day we put Hunter out into the barn
Yeah.
as a barn cat? He was in a crate because that's how you train a barn cat. He was a kitten, like little fluff ball this big.
Yeah.
We put him in a dog crate, closed him in, said goodnight, all that, left. In the morning, he was gone. I almost had a heart attack.
That was Hunter, not Miles?
It was Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Miles ran away.
That's why Miles has his name, because we had to chase him for Miles.
The moment we opened the cat door, he ran out. Anyway, we got him back clearly. But Hunter, he was this itty bitty little thing, and he was gone. And I started crying. I thought he was gone forever. I was losing my marbles. And it turns out he had fallen. He got out of his crate, but then he climbed up one of the walls and fell between the barn wall, and the plywood. Mm-hmm. And we got him. Yep. And he was fine, and we fixed the crate because there was a little hole that, only a kitten this small would fit out of.
Yep.
So yes, he was the first animal to fall between. And then Sadie's first set of boys.
Yeah, that's
boys.
the one it was. Yeah.
Samson or Sterling, one of the two.
One of the two fell in between, and I had to go rip the wall apart to get him out.
We came home from grocery shopping, and everything was fine.
Yep.
Didn't hear anybody yelling. And then I went inside, and we had baby monitors
back then no YouTube, just baby monitors.
Just baby monitors. And then I heard a baby.
All over the house, by the way.
A baby crying. And I'm like, oh my God. I ran out there.
Yep.
And I'm like, where is it coming from? And
took us a minute to find him.
Took us a minute. Same wall where Shiloh likes to go.
Under the fan.
Under the fan, he had somehow. He
went from the hay
feeder,
the old corner feeder that you guys started at.
Yep.
He went in the corner feeder, up to the wall, and fell in between the wall.
Upside down.
Upside down, and couldn't flip over. So I literally, like a fireman, ripped the barn apart to get him out. There's evidence.
Evidence of that in the barn where we had to crowbar the plywood off of the 6x6 to get the little baby out. And by little, I mean he was probably 2 months old.
Yeah. So he was
a little less than two months old, maybe.
Yeah, he's probably less than that.
6-7 weeks old.
Yeah. He was little.
Yes, so...
Yeah, little, but not little enough to flip over and be able to climb out. He was up there.
And big enough to be able to jump up into the hay feeder.
Right.
And then jump up and over. So, yes.
So, Carol, the one that...
Anything.
No, it wasn't. Never mind. Hang on. No, Book Lover opened up the book tonight.
Oh, yes.
The story time book.
The end.
The end. Yes. So it happens, and you guys are all on wall duty when the babies start jumping around, and if one jumps in the wall, we need to know.
Yes. The hay feeder, the big hay feeder that they have now, the hay has built up so high that
we actually went around and filled them all.
Yeah. Well, we filled a lot of the areas where they could fit. Yeah. There's still some. Yeah. But now there's nothing to jump up into. That corner feeder was taken down after Moo broke her
leg on the corner feeder.
Her leg in it, and then one of the Tog babies got her head stuck in it, or maybe it was a La Mancha. I don't know. But I took the thing down, and I was not sorry because it was not being nice.
Right. So Carol Holbert said something about depends on the water system too. Could have been what you were talking about with the soap, with the way your hands feel with the soap. We're so behind. But that's what she was talking about.
Every state is different with their water and how it breaks down too.
Yeah, it's probably something
we're
to do
on
with
well water, so who knows?
Yeah. Does Frio have a home in the Thunderdome?
Oh my God, that's a different way of saying is Frio staying.
No.
Frio does not have a home outside of Simon Says Farms yet.
Yet. Frio is still for sale. Frio will move to the Thunderdome eventually, but he will still be for sale pretty much forever. Who else over there is for sale forever? Like if somebody comes by and is like,
Twix and Matthew.
I want to start a herd. I don't need babies. I want some goats to chew my grass because
Twix, Matthew, and Frio are the three who I would love for them to go together
to a lawn mowing home.
To a home that is just looking for some pets to...
Twix for all boys?
Yes.
Yeah, all boys, all weathered, perfect lawnmowers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a guy that has like 14 goats or something. He took a couple last year.
Yeah.
He just like a couple...
He has a...
10 or so acres? I can't remember.
I think he's on more acres than that.
I think he has 10 or so acres that the goats just roam and he doesn't touch it.
I actually think he might have like 100 acres or 40 acres
or something.
A lot of acreage, but he has some that he keeps intact.
He actually bred somebody, possibly. I don't know.
One of the Togs last year, it was Bentley or Tango. One of the boy Togs
Yeah.
He said he was gonna. They were currently intact, and he was like, "I'm gonna pick one to castrate, and I'll keep the other one intact and breed the other one."
Yep. And then we had a possible lawn mowing goat guy out of Rhode Island that was interested in a couple, but he went missing.
He disappeared off the face of the planet.
COVID.
So.
Yep. It got real quiet when COVID started. So, can you disbud a? Hang on.
The same goat more than once.
Ooh, no.
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 No, disbudding
Louise
can only,
asked, can you disbud the same goat more than once? And the answer, I'll actually tell you a story. The answer is no. You get one shot to disbud.
Right.
If they start to grow skurs, you have to either trim the skurs, which we have a video on. Rob uses bad language in it, but don't worry, it's funny. So you have to either trim the skur to keep them short, or you call your vet and you do another procedure to remove them.
That's a surgery.
But that's a surgery, and you wouldn't want to do
and
that.
really,
yeah, you're not going to spend that kind of money.
You're not going to do that kind of surgery.
So, who is it that has a little skur issue going on right now?
Billy has a skur issue right now. He's knocked it a couple times.
Yep.
It bled down his face. They always bleed like
a fingernail would. If you were to hurt your finger, or actually no, the human head has a lot of.
It bleeds like a nosebleed.
It bleeds like crazy.
Like
yeah.
It's a faucet that you're like, oh my god, he's gonna bleed out, and it's like, no, it's not gonna happen. But yeah, he had a lot. We came out one morning, and he had a lot of blood down his face. Washed him up, but it's still wiggly.
Yeah. Jan O.H. says it's going to be 70 next week. I hope she's right.
Praise Jesus, it's going to be here.
I hope she's right.
I hope she's not talking about
hope she's
her
not living
house.
in like Maine or something and like it's 70 up there.
Right.
Why does Bo not run? Hang on.
Anne Reed asked, why does Bo not run for the grain like the other babies? Does she, is she still too young? No, Bo is not too young for that. I think she understands her place in the herd.
Yeah.
I wish she understood her place with me.
Right.
And wouldn't, like, try to be the boss of me. But yeah, she, as outgoing as she is, she's not with the other kids. You know?
Yeah.
She doesn't have a place in the herd.
Right.
She is like an outsider.
She's a people goat.
And
she thinks she's,
unfortunately,
I think I lost everybody.
Or did you not highlight?
I did highlight, but I don't see it. Where's? Oh my gosh!
That was a long time ago. We were at 20.
Oh, right here. Yum. Right here. Yep.
Yeah. So, ooh, swanky body lotion.
Ah!
Pretty sure we're gonna draw the line.
No swanky body lotion.
No. Okay.
That was funny. Good for a laugh, JW.
Scroll down. Oh, is that a question right there?
I don't know. I was gonna read it, but yeah. I already asked.
Interesting. Listen, Aaron, I really like the lilac lotion that you guys made. It smells really good, and it really helps my skin after I shave.
Oh, interesting. Shaving characteristics in our lotion.
There you go.
Maybe I should make a commercial.
It's an aftershave lotion.
Yeah. Oh, I can make a funny commercial.
Okay.
We might be able to work on that one. Thank you there.
Let's scroll down. You're now giving him ideas.
Yeah, ideas are good. Be right back. Okay, Claudia Lopez, you back yet?
I'm sure she is.
7:25.
Because that was a real long time ago.
Right here.
Okay, so Sarah Hartley asked, do the goats that check if another goat is in heat know that all the adult goats in the Gen Pop barn are female goats? I'm going to say yes. Because, yes. I mean, they're sniffing... Yes. I don't really have a scientific answer other than yes.
Yeah.
They just they don't treat the other girls like they treat the boy. So.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah, I would think they know.
But they can detect heat. The girls can detect heat just as much as the boys can detect heat, and that's all from the urine and like when they sniff back there.
Yeah. They're
able to pick up pheromones and all that stuff. It's one of the reasons I think Sadie and Moo were actually going at it. It wasn't because Sadie was fat shaming Moo, but they were headbutting this morning, and Moo was doing a lot of peeing while doing this, and it was very like if you've ever had a horse that goes into heat, the mares pee all the time when they're in heat. And Moo was doing that a lot this morning, and Sadie was too. So I think they're both
getting
one
close
of those,
to their first heat cycle.
Yeah.
Very light one, maybe.
Yes, the early heat cycles like this would be very light, not very noticeable. They're not going to stand at the...
But now let's do some math. From last year to this year, who was the one that got pregnant early?
August 8th.
August. She got pregnant in August, right. Mm-hmm. So these...
Early, like the first week in August. So it's absolutely possible.
Genevieve or who was
Greta.
It?
Where do you...
I don't live
where
here.
You are sometimes.
Yes. Doing stones on a pillar. That's where I am. So
not
these girls...
studying your goat book,
nope,
I see.
Definitely not. These goats could be coming into heat in early August, which is next week.
Yeah.
Just like they did last year. Thank God all the boys in that barn are neutered.
Yeah.
Or fixed, or whatever we call it. Weathered, castrated.
Yeah.
Edamame beans.
And that's why we did that, because, you know...
We couldn't have that happen again.
No.
No January babies this year.
If you...
It was good for you two, though, to have a January
anything.
baby, and then a March baby, and then...
We had January, February, March, and April babies last year.
We did January, February, March, and April babies last year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
No,
not this year.
I'm hoping they all cluster again like they have in years past.
Yeah.
Although there was something to be said about it spreading out, and I found it less stressful. But anyway.
So Joshua Hall, 32.
Uh-huh.
New name, kind of like this one.
I recognize him.
I think it's another dude. You can never tell by the names.
Wasn't he the one that just asked about shaving?
He was, the shaving one.
Yeah.
So we would start with beef jerky, actually made out of brisket. Like I said earlier, not processed, pressed, like squished and all that crap. Like real brisket, sliced and dehydrated. We would start with beef, and then we would go to possibly a chicken, a turkey, or even a salmon. We're looking at a whole possible lineup. The problem is it's not a cheap process, so we got to start slow. Yep. And then we have to do more advertising. That's our thing. As a business, we're doing what they call too much working in the business instead of working on the business.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like, you're making the soap, I'm building the pillars, like, we're buying dehumidifiers, trying to find a freezer, like this and that, but not building an ad to sell our product. So that's the difference. Like, I gotta focus more on not working in the business, but more working on the business.
Right.
Like, if I launch jerky, I can't just make it, have 1,000 packs of jerky and hope it sells.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not how this works.
We rely heavily on word of mouth.
Right, and word of mouth is good, but
Yeah.
we need to, like, pay money and put out ads and all that. And we're so busy we haven't done it. So, with that said, this is a perfect segue, which I didn't even plan. Go to our website. Actually, Tina's going to hook us up probably right now.
She's like,
go to our website, and at the bottom of the page, there's an affiliate registration link. Basically, what it's saying is that any one of you, and I'm not approving everybody, so I'm selecting, and I don't know how I'm selecting yet, but it just doesn't auto-approve is my point. You can fill out an affiliate registration, and for those that don't know what an affiliate is, it basically says you get a private link, and if you share that link with your friends, your family, put it on your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, if you have a YouTube following, whatever, anybody that buys our products from your link, you get paid. And it's all built into the contract in there, and once a month we write checks and pay them out to our affiliates, and that's how people on YouTube get sponsored, right? Like, they work for affiliates. So the registration link's down there. So if you want to, you can sign up. It'd be great, because then as you talk about our stuff, you get paid for it, and hopefully you talk about our stuff more.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the idea. I don't want you all to become QVC. Like, that,
No, but I mean, you never know. There could be 1 or 2 people in here, 3 or 4 or 10, or who knows, that are like, you know what? I do have a pretty big Instagram following. You know, next time I buy Swinky sauce, I'll put out something with a link and blah, 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 and you might make $20 or whatever. Yeah. You know, you never know. So, it's there. Or if a friend of yours is like Mr. Beast and has millions, hook him up. Tell him where the affiliate link is. You know.
I don't know.
Where are you?
I'm at... Okay, I'm like 10 minutes ahead of you on here. So...
I don't know what this question was,
So
but
Rosemary Loveland asked, would your vet have any suggestions for Sue at Mia Foundation since Cornell has dropped the ball?
no, unfortunately not.
No, you don't want to know
No.
what our vet suggestion was to
No.
me when Ari
Yeah.
was born, which
Yeah.
is why
You gotta
Ari-
understand. I won't sugarcoat it. Our vet is a livestock vet. She said this goat's not going to live. You should put her down. I mean, that's like
Her quality of life
Her quality
is not
of life
going
is
to
not
be-
going to be there. You guys can't handle a goat that needs to be tube fed every day. Like it, you know.
Yeah.
So that's where the Mia Foundation stepped in.
Yeah.
And gave Ari the best life she could have. We knew from day one it wasn't going to be long.
And I don't want to
And
say that
Cornell did not drop the ball.
Yeah.
They are basically letting us all know that the prognosis is not good. That's what they're
They
doing.
also aren't willing to. There's a fine line between having Ari be a test dummy,
Right.
and a test subject. We don't want that for Ari.
Right.
At the same time, they're also not willing to maybe think outside the box.
Right.
I think that's maybe where, and this whole COVID thing, I don't want to make excuses. I
Right.
don't know the situation 100%, but I know it enough to know that COVID has played an issue
Oh, yeah.
in, how they're able to operate
Yep.
and their effectiveness of like getting back to everybody. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope that maybe there's another set of doctors out there who are. I hope there's another set of doctors out there who are willing to take on Ari's case, but not at Ari's expense.
Right.
Like, if she can. I know as soon as she starts ruminating, things are not going to get pretty. And
No.
to be honest, she should have
Started
started ruminating months ago.
Months ago. Right.
Months ago.
Yeah.
So, the fact that she hasn't come down with pneumonia yet, the fact that she is being tube fed,
Right.
several times a day, and that she has a quality of life, and she's 5.5, almost 6 months old,
Yep.
is not even just a small miracle, it's a huge miracle
Right.
that
Oh yeah.
she's even still alive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So no, our vet is not going to step in.
No.
And, I try to talk to Sue at least a couple times a month to check in on
I'm just
Ari.
checking because I think we're having video problems.
Yeah,
Keep
it's
going.
not flashing though. Like I said, I try to check in with Sue a couple times a month to make sure, Ari's okay, and if she has any questions about just general goat issues, not particularly about her cleft, but and then see if there is any hope that she has found a doctor or a university that is willing to
Yeah.
go above and beyond, because that's what Ari needs right now, is somebody to go above and beyond for her
Right.
in the medical field,
Yeah.
because Cornell doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say about that.
It looks like we're good. I don't know.
Carol
It's good.
said, I think you need to put out a new Amazon wish
So,
list.
Carol, that's an interesting topic you bring up, and I'm glad you mentioned it before I did.
I'm not.
So, the wish list is interesting because it's a double-edged sword, right? Yes, I'm unemployed. Yes, we run a business that we're trying to convert into a sustaining like
Income.
a 6-person income, whatever, which as of today it doesn't do. I'm not sugarcoating it. Actually, Sharon stopped by today, one of our neighbors.
Oh.
Haven't talked to her in forever. She didn't even know we were unemployed. She
okay.
actually asked, a funny question, she actually asked, are you guys getting a lot of break-ins? Why are you building a gate? And we had to explain what we're building here. We're becoming, we share our whole entire life. We're YouTubers. I work for Google. It's just like
You're spinning that just right.
It just
but
sounds
it
funny.
Makes it sound real good.
But
I'm
I'm
getting paid like I work for Google.
yeah,
though.
no. But I hope to be able to do what I love, and it's a little bit of I don't want to say, it's hard to word, but it's not acting, but it's very. When I was in high school, the drama club always said you should stay in the drama. You should be on stage, you should be in front of the camera, you should be this. And I have a lot of fun with YouTube. I don't mind. I can take the camera with no...
It's not acting, though. Like, this is actually who we are.
Right. But you know what I mean. Like, I loved building Jake's graduation video.
Right. It's the creativity.
Like Rob's video from way back, the submarine one when he came back from deployment. If you guys didn't see that one, it's one of my favorite pieces of work I've ever done. I actually might submit it to YouTube, is asking for creators to submit their favorite piece. So yeah, I like doing that, and to be able to do what I love and be home with my family pretty much all the time is a dream come true.
Oh,
well,
okay.
yeah, that too, but no, it's a dream come true. So now when it comes to the wish list, it's like, you know what? If I don't have to spend $5 on a new teeth dipper and there's somebody out there that wants to buy it, I'm going to let them buy it, you know, because it's like I could use the help, but I don't want to ask for the help. You know what I mean? But then we know we have haters, and they're probably watching right now because YouTube doesn't allow us to stop them from watching. And they, every time we put stuff on our wish list, like bash the shit out of us. Like, oh my God, I can't believe they're asking for that.
They feel like we're taking advantage of our
feel like we're
villagers.
taking advantage of our villagers, which we're not forcing anybody to click the button and buy. They're asking. Carol just asked. Put more stuff on your wish list. And the word wish means, you know what? Yeah, I wish I can buy that for Quinn or Olivia or Jake or Tyler, but I can't. You know, I need that money for food, for my mortgage, for my this. And it might be,
and stuff like that.
yeah, or goat food. So when the community is asking, I'm going to update the wish list and not worry about the... So, but it's like one of those... What do you put on there? What do you not? It's a fine balance. Like, you know, you're gonna get shit from this community, and like, but
then this community wants.
But this community wants
support
it, so
and feel a part of, you know, add value to our lives. Even though you guys add a lot of value just by interacting. To be honest, like, how boring would this be if it was just us sitting here?
Oh, me and you sitting here talking to that red blinky dot.
You know.
We wouldn't be here anymore.
What's the value that they gave Jake yesterday?
Oh, yesterday Jake was
invaluable.
Oh, invaluable.
And he's still on cloud 9 today.
Watching his video. He asked me to premiere that video. Yeah. He said, "Can we launch it as a premiere?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course we can." And we haven't done, what do we do, 2 premieres ever?
Yeah, that was our second one.
That was our second
First
one.
was Bloopers 2019.
Right. We had the whole family on the couch, plus a neighbor, and everybody that could log in was logged in. Tyler was talking, Jake was talking. Like
we actually had to have everybody turn their Wi-Fi off because the TV
couldn't keep up, right? So yeah, it was and exactly for him to watch you guys like talk about him. Yeah, he walked out of that room with his chest pumped, like he felt.
Yeah. Well,
really
and his
cool.
friends logged in and watched.
Yeah, he had a couple
too.
Friends from school in there.
Yeah, I mean, so
it's invaluable. So to answer Carol's question is, we just did update the wish list. The new fan in the barn came from a villager.
Yeah, we just got a bunch of, and I don't even think this was on our list. I don't know because I didn't make the last
treats,
list.
Yeah,
the goat treats.
And our teeth dipper broke. Somebody sent one.
Yep, and yeah, it's
then the
awesome because it's for me, because I didn't do this wish list, to have the stuff show up today. I was like, oh my God, so many treats, and you know, the teeth dipper, and the teeth dipper that we have right now. First of all, that was our very first teeth dipper we ever had. So
we've had that for like 6 years.
6 years.
We might have to save it.
Well, it's got multiple holes in it now.
It does.
So now I have to like seal my hand over it and like squeeze it so it foams. Yeah, but no, I mean I love the thoughtfulness that our villagers have, not just for us, but for everybody in the community.
Oh, we get that all the time,
there's a lot of villagers who will be like, I want to surprise this person. This person's having a hard day. I want to send them something.
By the way, for us guys, legally.
Logistical nightmare. But I'm willing to do it at this point. Like, if we grow too much bigger, I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. But I love that they are wanted.
This villager will say, hey, I want to buy a bottle of lotion for this villager, but legally we're not allowed to tell you this person's address, so the only way to do it is, okay, put in the order, and we go and like, oh, look, I happen to have that person's address. But if I don't have it, now Liz has to reach out and go, I need your address.
It's like calling a kid to the principal's office too.
And then they think they're in trouble.
Now I'm looking for them in chat, and I'm telling the moderators, can you have so-and-so reach out to me? And now they're like, oh my God.
What did I do? So we're trying to figure out a way. Like, my web developer's like, I don't understand. You want to do what? And I'm like, I want this person to be able to buy a gift for this person without this person knowing that this person bought it. He's like, oh my God. And he's like, you're weird. And I'm like, yeah, but that's what they want.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know.
And they don't have their address. So.
Get this one. This is even better. I want this person to buy 10 bottles of lotion and have the system ship all 10 to 10 different addresses without the buyer having to tell these 10 people that lotion is on the way. He's like, oh, that can't be done. I'm like, Justin, you can do anything. He's like, no, I could, but I just told you that can't be done. Like, that's what I want.
Try harder.
That's what I want in the website, because I know the villagers would love it. Heck, my
Christmas.
dad asked for that years ago. He goes, Aaron, I want to buy 12 bottles of swanky sauce and ship one.
It's Christmas time.
Ship one to each one of my friends. Can you do it? And I'm like, no. How do I do it? I'm like, place 12 different orders. Like, you have to pay shipping on all 12. Like, because they're going to 12. You mean I got to log in 12 different times? I'm like, yep. Every website, that's how they work. He's like, that should be easier. That was like 10 years ago he asked for that.
Okay, not quite 10. Swanky sauce
That's
is not
true.
10 years old.
Okay, good point. But
everything was either the other day or 20 years
ago.
Good
point, yeah. Well, my point is that would be an amazing feature if we can figure it out by Christmas.
Okay, but you can't, because Amazon doesn't even offer that.
Amazon can't even do that.
Okay, if Amazon can't do it, you can't do it.
Oh, now you got me.
Moving right along.
Get a freezer truck. Equine prepper, that's funny. A freezer truck.
Sarah Hartley said, thanks, Aaron, for fixing the goat swing. I love seeing the goats every day play on it. They love it. Now we have to work on Billy's swing over in House of Pie.
Yeah.
No? Oh, God, no. What?
Yeah.
No.
The walk-in freezer better have a couch in it. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
That was Jenna.
Yeah, Jenna.
Our Jenna.
Jenna, that's not a bad idea at all. Tell Rob we might have to go to Rhode Island and take a walk-in freezer apart. I saw it listed yesterday. Yes. Drive to Rhode Island, take a walk-in freezer apart, and drag it here.
Drag it? Like behind the truck?
Like in the trailer. Yeah.
Would it even fit in the trailer?
It comes apart in pieces.
Oh.
That's why I don't want a walk-in freezer, because that means I just bought a project.
Yes.
I don't want a project.
I
want a freezer, not a project.
See, okay, okay. You know, sometimes when we're late to the barn and you're like, wow, where's Liz and Aaron this morning?
This is what.
We're in the kitchen having a business discussion, sometimes louder than others. Yeah. And one of them most recently, actually this morning's was really funny. It wasn't really a business meeting, it was more like a family meeting.
Yeah.
But yesterday morning's was should we do a large commercial freezer or a walk-in freezer? And I'm on team walk-in freezer because it's one project, it's done thinking of the future. It's not something that we're going to outgrow by next year, which is what I think this other
commercial freezer would do.
You said you can only hold 100 gallons of goat milk in that freezer you were looking at.
In the commercial freezer I was looking at for sale.
Now, if you do some math...
Probably 100 gallons, maybe a little more in that freezer.
Or maybe a little less.
No, I think a little more.
And I'm thinking walk-in freezer. Duh. 1,000 gallons of milk, and now there's no risk. Like, it's scalable. Like, you can grow into it, and if we ever hit our goals, our business goals...
Jesus, stop.
We won't have to upgrade our freezer again. We've already upgraded our freezers. This will be our third time.
I know.
I don't want to do it again. I want to do it once. Like the tractor. I want to do it once.
Yeah, her walk-in...
I want to get it bigger than I think we need, so that when we almost outgrow it...
Yeah, her walk-in freezer would hold about 800 gallons of milk. I just did the math.
Yeah. And, get this... Sorry, I'll bring my tone down. And we can buy a lot more Hot Pockets. We're not sponsored. by
Not
Hot
sponsored,
Pockets.
but the kids do like Hot Pockets.
I'm just saying.
No need to ship, Pringle person. Somebody shipped a whole
Listen,
case of
that
Pringles.
was almost the best, almost the best day of my life.
Like 4 cases of Pringles showed up.
Where most of my COVID-19 came from, and I joke about it. It's not funny. Okay, it's not funny. I won't do it again.
19 pounds.
My 19 pounds that I've gained during. I didn't actually gain 19 pounds either. This is all fake news. I'm sorry.
I gained about 18 pounds during COVID.
It's
Don't
all-
wiggle it. Don't jiggle it. It's like Jell-O.
Don't tone it.
I was about
Let
to
it
take
go.
my belt off.
Be
I'm in so much
Santa.
pain right now.
Be Santa. Ready?
Okay.
Oh, just relax. Let it.
Okay. Don't do it.
Okay.
Okay, stop. It jiggles. It jiggles. Stop. People on big screen TVs are not liking this. Or they're really liking this. Okay, continue. You were saying?
I forgot.
You killed me. Something about Hot Pockets in a freezer. Walk-in freezer. We can store a lot of Hot Pockets. Was that the end? That was like the mic drop, the crescendo?
That was pretty funny.
Okay, my problem, walk-in freezer, right? A, we can't afford one to order it and have it shipped here. Boom, drop it, installed, done.
What did I say?
That's the way I want it because I don't want a project. You buy a walk-in freezer, the one that's for sale in Rhode Island,
Yeah.
for $1. Yes, $1. It's also on auction. So
not
give
a
it
dollar.
6 days. By the end of the auction, it'll probably sell for like $300-400. Not a lot of money, right?
Yeah, because it's
For
a
walk-in
project
freezer.
to move it.
Because nobody wants to move it. It's like buying a piano. Like,
I will help move
you have
it.
to go take it apart. Oh, and in the description it says, doesn't get cold enough.
Well, I don't want that one then. I want one that works.
You want one that works, yeah. Okay,
I'm
next.
not gonna buy.
We'll
Wait
talk
a
about-
second. Wait
yeah.
a second. How can they call it a walk-in freezer if it doesn't actually freeze?
Because they said it works, but doesn't get cold enough. That means to me it doesn't work.
Define cold enough
Right, exactly.
to be a freezer.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know the
Anyway,
answer.
welcome to our Q&A.
Welcome to our...
I'm sorry,
this happens
we forgot
every morning.
We forgot to talk to you. This
Yeah.
is what happens every morning. We get talking, and then before you know it, it's 9:30.
Oh, that's a good one. Write that down, Kathleen Goodyear. Have you ever thought about making a T-shirt that says "I love Q&A with L&A"?
No, actually.
That's a good one.
I have never thought
Put it
about
on there.
that.
Make one. Send one to Kathy for free. Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, I have to make it?
Put it on the website. Design it. Put it on the website. It could literally be our thumbnail, right? Sort of.
Our t-shirts?
Our T-shirt. Yeah. I love Q&A with L&A. Something like that. And maybe you have our weird
You
face
just gave
like
me a
it.
project.
Never mind. I'll do it. Kathleen Goodyear. It might happen by January.
If
can
he
we
does
do
it, it won't be that good though. So.
I can do a 1,000-piece puzzle in an hour. GNW, Jesus.
That's
Oh
a
my
talent.
God, that's amazing.
In an hour?
Time lapse it. I want to see it.
You don't have to. It's only an hour.
I don't have an hour.
Oh my God.
Has there ever been a goat that you just didn't like? Yeah, Bo. Sorry. Did I say it, or were you going to somebody else? There was a goat that at one point, book lover. Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I like Bo.
I just don't like that she headbutts
She does
me.
a little headbutt. Yeah.
So for a little while there,
there was like 2 weeks.
Jules.
Jules. Yes.
I really had a problem with Jules. She outgrew it, thankfully.
Yeah.
And I actually love Jules. She's a sweet goat. She has a great home. They love her. She loves them. Yeah, Jules was it for a while. And I think maybe that's because I wanted to be real snuggly with Roman, and Jules was very jealous of that. But yeah, it was Jules for a little while.
I'm not sure what this is all about here. See what you can make out of that. I just can't decipher your guys. Is that girls' night?
Yeah, the girls' night.
Yeah.
I don't know when there will be another girls' night.
Yeah.
Could be a one-hit wonder where we don't do it again for a little while or at all.
I think it could happen again, but it's got to be months.
I gotta get the girls back on.
Yeah.
And they're all going through their own little things right
Yeah,
now, so
right.
I don't want to stress anybody out with added,
Right.
hey, come over and, have
Right.
a girls' night.
Plus, our friends do so much for us. We can't ask them to do things. They almost have to volunteer and want to.
Right,
so,
because
yeah,
they
it's
get
like-
paid as much as Brenda and Tina, so.
Exactly. So, and at some point, and one of our friends said it, like, hey, don't leave us behind when you make it to the top. And
Don't forget us when.
Yeah, don't forget us when you make it to the top. And I've always said, and Liz has been here with us, and you've agreed to what I'm saying, is that no, wait a second, you're coming to the top with us.
Yeah.
Where in the spaceship do you fit? We don't know, but like
nobody's being left.
Nobody's
behind.
being left behind. Kevin's done so many swanky sauce things for me. I mean, I could keep going. Justin, our web developers in this for the long haul. I've got a buddy of mine that's a videographer that might help make videos. He's coming along for the ride. Like, we've got Jenna and Angie and Rob and all those guys. Like, right now, unfortunately, we don't have enough money or business to pay anybody. But just like I said earlier, too much working on the business, in the business, instead of on the business. I need more people to work in it. Like,
we can work on it.
So we can work on it. And and that's a tipping point for a lot of small businesses. That's when they fall apart. Is when they get to that point where the two of them that created it can't release control,
delegate,
to be able to move to the next level. Like,
well, you have to trust the people who you're
exactly.
And the thing is that's what I love so much about working with our friends right now is that it's kind of like an interview process. Like,
right,
where you're strong. I'm really finding more than just like being friends, right? But you're really learning where is everybody's strong points, and where could I fit them that would accentuate.
And that's even if they want to be.
If I need if I need it, and that's where I'm like, hey, would you like to come and work for us? And this is what I would need you to do.
Right, like, exactly. Like, I've never had this conversation with any of them. I mean, Kevin and I have talked about
I've had this conversation with Angie.
Yeah, you've had conversations with Angie. I've had conversations with Kevin. Like, I don't know. Rob and Jenna have their dream of a brewery, and I'd love to help them do it. So that might be, this business is over here, that's theirs, this is ours, and somewhere it overlaps, maybe some marketing or whatever. But, yeah, I don't think Rob wants to make lotion. You know what I mean? So
although he makes soap molds, so
that's true. He does make soap molds.
Now he does.
Yeah, or he's going to soon.
No.
But yeah, so that's kind of where that all goes from there.
Yeah.
So the girls' night thing is one of those. If it makes sense, they'll do it. If it doesn't, they won't. We can't guarantee that it'll happen again.
Yeah. Okay, so Carol Milligan.
Where are you?
Which new goats are you breeding this year, and when will you move them over?
So
the
new this year won't get bred this year.
Okay.
Oh,
new goats.
Got it.
I was assuming, and when will you move them over? She's talking about House of Pie.
Got it. Okay.
New goats. Which new goats are you breeding?
Yes.
So the new goats that we will be breeding this year are Grace and Evelyn. That's it. Penelope will be bred, but she's technically not ours anymore. So those three will be bred. Grace, Evelyn, and Penelope will likely move over. I don't know.
Soon. Within a month
I don't
or
know.
so. Who knows?
And I got to think about, that means when are Roman and Frio and...
Right, when do we do the big swapperoo?
Yeah, it's going to be a big swap.
It's going to be a big herd dynamic shift, so it'd probably be all done in one day. These guys go over there, these ones come over here, one big swapperoo. There'll be a lot of headbutting for a day, and then they'll figure it out.
The whole idea is to get this year's babies big enough to be somewhat size comparable to the boys that are over there now, and Poppy and stuff.
Yeah.
So that there's enough room. I do believe there's enough room. We might have to add another hay feeder just so that nobody gets bullied away from the hay feeder. So there's some thinking and planning. But we're not in a rush, to be honest.
We also have to, on the project, is finish House of Pie, meaning the back paddock.
Yeah.
Continue.
The back paddock where behind House of Pie, it's kind of like an overflow paddock for them. It's not 100% done yet. We have to add a very short piece of fencing from the driveway to the back side of House of Pie to make like this cattle chute area where we walk and drive Billy and stuff. And
the grass over there is like 3 feet tall.
We have to mow it down first.
Yeah, we have to mow it down.
And then fill in a hole and clean up all of our construction stuff that is still there from building House of Pie.
Right.
So there's still some wood over there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So there's still a lot
so
of
there's
work.
still a lot to do over there.
Yeah.
Scroll on down.
I saw something. Oh, Raggedy Ann's not making it out.
Oh,
I saw something.
That's too bad. But, you know, there is always next year. That is the important thing to look towards is next year, hopefully, cross our fingers.
Yeah.
It's a different year. And
yeah, hopefully we can do it.
We won't have to worry about masks next year.
Right, and they can come when the babies are smaller. How old is Stella? Christopher asked.
Stella is about 18 months old. Her birthday was January 25th. And we've had her since last May. Right? May, June?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Somebody was looking for Stella's first video on YouTube.
You know what? This is where it is. Tina, help me out. It's in the mental health playlist under...
Oh, with Jake's video. When he was coming home?
Jake coming home video. Stella's in it.
Stella's in it, but is that her first time on YouTube?
Well, that's about timing-wise, because we only got her like a week before that. No?
2 days.
2 days before that video.
We got her Thursday. He came home Saturday.
So you go in the mental health playlist, you find Jake's coming home video. That gives you that date. Any video launched before that date might have her in it.
Only by 2 days?
But only by 2 days. So that's really close to the day she came home. Just right there. So I don't know, time-wise, if she's in, but...
she was probably on the live cam before...
She probably was.
She was in like a Simon Says Saturday or any other kind of video.
Right. I haven't listened to Dave Matthews in so long. Equine Prepper brought it up. We're so far behind, but...
Yeah. We are really far behind.
Yeah.
Almost an hour, babe.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we're going to have to zoom. I'm only looking for questions now. So
okay,
Claudia
how much
Lopez,
is a membership? They're going to start at $2.
Yeah.
And maybe cap at 10. I think YouTube doesn't. We don't know.
No, YouTube allows you to go higher, but I don't know that we're physically able to come up with... It's a lot of commitment.
Right.
Like
Plus, we don't want to alienate Patreon. We want to leave Patreon where it's at, and YouTube's different. So, yeah. Liz, they love your shirt. I think I bought that for you.
I actually think a villager sent it to me.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I think so.
We already talked about a girls' night. I really like moisturizing bath bubbles. Bath bombs would be nice also. Yeah. I would gladly do a monthly membership. Thank you, Jacobson. Susie. Yeah.
Just look for the...
I'm looking for...
Just the question marks. There you go.
Hey, Liz.
Another girls' night.
Wow, very popular.
And then Jan W asked, when are we going to have a guys' night?
So, Jan W, that's been out there as a possibility, but I don't... Again, I'm not going to force Rob or Javier or Kevin to do it. It's got to be something they'd want to do, and if
you have to ask.
And if we did it, it would literally be beer with the boys, and we would drink beer and talk about them, like 5 different ones, 6 that we would like. That's the idea we were thinking instead of questions and this and that. So I don't know if you guys would even be interested, but that's kind of where we were going if we were to do it, like. All beers we've never tried or something like whatever, and we would just sit here and BS while we drink beer, but we would not talk about our ladies because this is recorded and we would never want that to get out. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not kidding at all.
But I would not talk about what song reminds you.
Oh, you mean like Jake?
Oh, this morning? Jake was like a family therapist this morning.
Jake comes out. And, normal breakfast, he gets his coffee, we're all doing coffee and
it's going to skip.
Breakfast. And he goes, Mom, Dad, what are 3 things
you don't like
about one another?
And we're like, whoa.
I was like, I don't want to answer that. I'm like 2 sips into my coffee, I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. I was like, this could get dangerous.
It was.
And then,
we
answered it, and then he goes, okay. So then,
because
you gave out bad relationship advice, and then he broke up with his girlfriend because of it.
His girlfriend was an internet girlfriend from California that was telling him...
Vegas.
No, then California or
Okay,
whatever.
this one was from Las Vegas.
Whatever, and then telling him that hanging out with her online was more important than him watching a movie with his brother.
And like I said...
And I said, go tell her family's more important, and he did.
No, you told him, go tell her that your brother is more important than she is.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jake, next time, get your relationship advice from your mother, because Dad...
Not good.
Not good.
Right.
I said... There are better ways to get your point across. You get your point across, but say it nicer. You're not very good at that, by the way, which was my number one complaint about him, is that you say things in a harsh way sometimes.
I don't know if that was your number one complaint.
Actually,
that might be number 4 now.
Actually, it was that you're not very patient.
Yeah, see, you just added a 4.
And you're not being patient. And getting cranky and mean, like, affects my mood.
Yeah,
and then it puts me in a cranky mood, and then I'm mad at you because you affected my mood.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I could be...
It was a fun morning.
It was, actually.
Jake as the therapist.
We had a lot of fun.
It was actually a good conversation. It was.
Good.
Rosemary Loveland asked if we saw the video from Austin at Homesteady, who we did the interview with last week, and some of these people might be from there, about having put Ladybug down, his cow. No, actually, I haven't saw that video yet. I saw some of the other videos that they
knew about the situation.
And Austin and I actually talk a little bit behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know, it's not easy. He asked.
And listen, this hits home too.
It hits home. Yeah.
Because yonis is something that goats can get as well. So
right.
it's something that. Yeah. There's nothing. I fully agree with. Ost and
fully agree with their decision.
I fully agree with their decision to have to put her down.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is the most humane thing for her.
And
I've seen goats that have yonis and they waste away to skin and bones.
Right.
It's awful. No matter how much you feed them, it's awful. It's an awful, awful disease.
Right.
Not to mention highly contagious.
Yeah.
Cross species.
Yeah.
So
no, haven't seen it yet. I do watch most of his stuff, a lot of his stuff.
I think that was just released yesterday or
might
today.
have been, and I just haven't seen it.
They did like a remembering her life or celebrating her life video yesterday, I want to say.
I'm just looking for the next question.
Typo Queen.
Typo Queen.
Typo Queen's question, did I hear correctly that you might start making liquid soap?
We might start making a lot of stuff. So I'll answer it. The answer is yes.
Yeah.
We might. There's not a lot of liquid goat milk soap on the market, and there's a reason for that. It is not easy, and the mad scientist is at work. She's already on her 8th recipe attempt. So it may or may not launch on Black Friday. But we just don't know. And the bottle company already shipped us wrong bottles, so
that's why we start in July.
So that's why we have to ship those. So yes,
I'm not gonna make you read between the lines.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm working on liquid soap. I posted that on Facebook last week. I have found a recipe that I like. I love the liquid soap. It is made using the same bars of soap that you guys will be accustomed to.
Right.
It's just going to be in a liquid form.
And obviously, when we have to make it, it's not so pretty. But it's the same color, same.
It's not going to be pretty because I'm not going to put colorants in the liquid soap.
Right. We're not going to.
They're going to be fragranced in a way, whatever.
Right.
But yes, liquid soap is coming, not before Black Friday.
It might not even make it then.
It might, depending on what kind of
container
COVID issues we run into. We never know what kind of supply chain issues we will run into. But yes, I already have testers, and I'm tweaking the recipe I currently like. Still.
Kat, right?
Kate Reynolds.
Kate Reynolds. We do ship outside of North America.
Yes, we ship to UK.
All over the world. The best thing to do if you're shipping outside of the US is to keep the weight of the box under 4 pounds.
Yes.
Once you go over 4 pounds, it'll either say not available or the shipping price will just be ridiculous. So under 4 pounds, like 2 bottles of Swanky sauce is under 4 pounds.
Swanky weighs a lot.
Swanky's the heaviest thing on the website.
So if you can do
yeah.
Swanky in a totally different
Right.
box, and then do your lotion, your lip balm,
Yeah.
your soap. in
Lip balm
different
super
boxes.
light. Soap is 8 ounces. I mean, you could start doing the math. 8 ounces soap, 8 ounces lotion, plus the bottle and the cap. So you're at like 9-10 ounces a bottle. But you want to keep it under 4 pounds to
Right.
ship outside the country. Once we go over 4, it turns into a mess.
Right.
So that's probably the problem you're having. But we've shipped everywhere. Australia? I think we shipped somebody.
No.
Yeah. Do we have it? We'll have to check.
It's real expensive.
I think Australia was
It's
maybe not
real
an option.
expensive, right?
UK, Canada, definitely.
It's an option. You can do it. It's just real expensive still. Lori, I saw Typo Queen actually. Are you going to bring Thunder over to be a heat detector?
We won't need Thunder as a heat detector. No, we won't.
Nope.
We'll do it the same way we've done it every year.
Yeah, although that was a very good feature last year.
Yes.
Wow.
What?
The stop sign.
Whoa, Marianne
that got
Fisher.
me.
Wow,
I saw that.
That little stop sign's kind of cool.
Mary Ann Fisher, have you heard anything about Thor 80 and Jules? Not so much in like the last couple of weeks, but I do get pictures. I am on her Facebook about, she posts pictures all the time and videos of those silly goats. Yes, Thor is still very, very naughty, and Jules has made friends. They have a different herd of. The neighbors have a herd of goats, but they're on the same property. I say neighbors, but it's really the same property. And Thor 80 and Jules go over for play dates with that herd of goats.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny. So, you guys are getting a lot of behind the scenes information out of us today. Mary and no, wait a second. Who was it?
Moly Country.
Moly Country. That's
Is
a
it
new name.
Moly, like holy moly.
I
like
don't know.
Moly Country.
No, she'll answer us in about a half an hour because
right?
that's how far behind we are.
I do know that they are from Homesteading.
They are, so welcome. And we actually just made a video. We haven't edited yet about living off our land on our farm and what's coming next. Like, what are our plans now that we're full time in all this? So there is possibly other things coming eventually.
Quack quack. Oh, sorry.
Oink oink. So
I want quack quacks.
She wants quack quacks. I want oink oinks. So we don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I thought you were in agreement.
No, I was not in agreement with ducks. She's on the duck train. I am on the
Have
pigs.
you found a pig that only makes bacon?
No, I have not found a pig that
All
only
right.
makes
Well,
bacon.
then I'm still on the quack quack train.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't sound good.
The quack quack. Yeah, no, you're on the quack quack train.
I'm a quacker.
So, to answer your question, it's either ducks or pigs.
Or as we refer to them in our very professional
quack quack
vocabulary.
and oink oinks. Yes.
They're leaving.
She's so gone.
They're totally
She's like,
going,
Ost is so much more professional.
What are you doing? You
like,
sent me over to this crazy channel that refers to their animals by quack quacks and oink oinks. My God.
And moo.
And it has a goat named Moo.
So I've actually never. That's actually on the list. To be honest, that could become.
I do want another Moo.
Another cow, not another moo, as in a goat that looks like Moo. Another cow, but to actually raise it to full size beef.
Yeah.
Like 18 months.
Yeah.
For full beef.
You're gonna...
Especially with this whole, like, sometimes the grocery store doesn't even have beef in the store. Like, it's getting a little weird out there.
That's why I want ducks.
So, duck meat, though, is not... Yeah, I get it. Duck meat's good. I get it.
I mean, not as an everyday
Exactly.
protein.
So, I'm thinking, like, we have a walk-in freezer now. I can store a lot of meat in here. So...
That's what I'm saying.
I think a full-size beef cow might be there.
Yeah, I'm on the cow train too.
Yeah,
I mean,
might be there.
Once House of Pie, the back side of the paddock, because
is finished.
The back end of House of Pie, that last 12 foot by 12 foot area,
was the cow
is
area.
meant to be sectioned off for a cow.
Right.
So. Yeah,
so we don't know.
It's possible we might get a cow.
Yeah.
But remember, not just because we have dairy goats, we don't need our goats.
Yeah.
We do eat meat, and
Right.
it is a goal of ours to source more of our protein here on the farm.
Right, definitely. And
that is a huge lesson for our kids who
Right.
can grow to appreciate the food on their plate, but also we appreciate that food because we know what went into it.
The kids literally, I did what a lot of people did because it was a shock. Mid-COVID, right? April, May, when you're at the grocery store and the meat case is empty. Like, you couldn't find anything.
Yeah,
the only thing left was, like, tofu. You know what I mean? Like, weird
and,
stuff.
like, tongue.
And, like, beef tongue or
Right.
whatever. And, like, I showed the kids. I'm like, this is what's going on out there.
And
like,
this is why we should be
this is why
growing more
when
of our
I
own
put
food.
2 meatballs on your plate, you eat 2 meatballs. You
Yeah.
don't throw one away.
Right.
Like, trying to teach that whole thing. And they were like, well, are we going to run out of food? I'm like, no, we have 3 freezers on the property. We're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it comes back to Molly's question, what's next? Well, there's going to be more because COVID or not, the whole reason
Our
we
whole
started a
goal,
farm
yeah, COVID
was
or
to be
not.
closer. Right.
It really has nothing to do with
We only
COVID.
get 2 eggs a day, 3 eggs a day out of 20
Okay,
chickens.
That's because they're old.
They're super old.
I've
and
got one chicken out there who is pushing
Oh, geez.
8 years old.
8 years old, right. And they're not going
Not
anywhere.
one
At this
chicken,
point,
but-
they're not going to be meat birds.
No.
They're just going to live out their life, but we might have to start another flock. 20, 30 birds and, like,
That's gonna
eggs
be
and whatever.
in, like, this.
That'll be, who knows when.
It should be this fall so that they age over
It
the
should
winter.
be. Right. So it's just another plan. Like, hey, we need to get eggs back. So
Yep.
we stop buying eggs at the store and they maybe do some meat birds once a year. And, like, so it's all. This is not just full time to make money. This is full time to live,
Yeah.
too. Right. It's
Yep.
all of it.
And it's just documenting as we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, keep going.
Yep.
Just look for the question marks, not the.
Yep. I'm
There we
just
go.
trying to figure out where we were. Whoa.
Jockwell Inn. Jockwell Inn.
Yeah.
Who is the boss in House of Pie?
Ooh. I would say Thunder or Billy?
You know, Pie throws. I mean, not Pie. Poppy throws her head around a lot, but I kind of think this is where the live cams for YouTube is really going to help play peekaboo.
Oh,
because I can't spy on them
Right.
unless I'm there, and when I'm there, everybody's on their best behavior.
Right.
So I don't know. I can assume at the hayfeeder that Thunder, but possibly one of the younger top girls, not Penelope,
Right.
but Grace or Evelyn. But Poppy also steps up. So it'll be interesting to watch that dynamic once I'm not
Right.
there. And I can watch on YouTube.
So I know you said only look for the question marks, but this one
That's
right here?
only because we were going we're
This-
getting behind.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Is that Miss Roger
Mrs. Roger Rabbit.
I've never seen that name before,
Okay.
but we got nerdy a little while ago, and I like this person because they
Okay.
came out of the woodwork, and they're right. I've already
Okay.
been doing... If you tie a database to the ordering processing system, you might be able to set it up, and you can
Now you have to
pick. She's going to go pick her husband's brain. I know it could be done, but the thing is, this goes back to the I want to order 10 bottles of Swanky sauce, but I want you to send each one to this person, all these different people. I would actually have to ask you guys permission to be entered into the system. So then at checkout, it would say, are any of
Because
these...
you guys get a receipt that says bill to, ship to.
Right.
And which means I'm handing out people's addresses.
Which we can't do.
Can't
No,
do that.
can all be done in the background. So
Oh.
what it could do, like I'll
Right.
just say based on my screen here, Tina goes into the system and says, I want to buy 5 bottles of Swanky sauce. I want to send 1 to Typo Queen, 1 to Chris West, 1 to, I'm trying to find names here, Sharon, whatever. Sharon, Chris West, and Typo Queen all have to give permission that their name shows up in the list. Their address doesn't have to. The address can stay completely anonymous.
Oh,
because in
I
the
see.
back end, the address will
Yep.
pick up. We'll see that.
I see.
So Typo Queen will go in and say, I have 4 bottles of Swanky sauce, and the system will ask, who are these being shipped to? And she can literally say, me, and done. Those 4 go to her. Or she can say, no, I want these 2 shipped to me, but I want this one to go to Chris West and this one to go here. Well, Chris West and this person and this person
have to be put
into the database, which means I need to get all their permission to do it, which means I'd probably send out some mass email. Do you want to be part of the Villager gifting program? If so, click here, sign your life away, blah, blah. That's how it would have to happen. Which basically means Miss Roger Rabbit's correct. We have to build a database in the back end. My web developer's like rolling over right now if he's watching.
He's
like,
dying.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, nope.
Yeah,
you guys
he's
need
like,
to find
you're crazy. Like your wife said, if Amazon can't do it, neither can we.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Can you do a video on how to store what? Can you do a video on how you store the goat juice? I'm assuming goat milk. Chris West, I'm assuming goat milk, and it's super simple. We filter it in the barn, and it goes into a 5-gallon bucket, and it goes in the freezer. So it's the reason I can't use normal freezers, because normal freezers, you can't remove the shelves, so you can't fit a 5-gallon bucket in.
Right.
That's why you need to go commercial freezer, or in our case, a big chest freezer.
Right. And stack
but
the 5
they're
gallons.
like all full. I'm making cheese just to make cheese now.
Yeah.
And I made a little bit of room in one of our freezers. I told Tyler he had to eat like 18 Hot Pockets. I'm just kidding.
You didn't.
That's not what I did. I actually defrosted the freezer.
All right, keep scrolling so that we can try to
Sorry,
catch up.
we got to get out to the barn.
Well, that and, we're still really far behind.
Is Jake still king of Connect? Oh, I saw this question earlier. Thanks for asking again. Is Jake still king of Connect 4 outside?
Yes.
The giant Connect 4.
Yes,
Yep.
he is. Although, Olivia is real smart, and she's
Livia's getting
really
good.
getting good at that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we play almost every time we're out at the pool.
Yeah,
It's hanging out at the pool.
Pretty close.
And
with this heat, we're basically out there almost every day towards the end of the day.
Are you scrolling up or down?
Yeah, because it jumped. So that's where we just left off. I'm just trying to find another question, guys.
Right there.
Right? Oh, we don't ship to Japan, do we?
I don't know, do we?
I'm going to have to stop up.
Put in your stock up before...
You're moving there?
To
Oh, military life.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh,
okay.
so one of Jenna's friends almost got deployed to Japan, and she had, planned the trip and everything. Become friends with Jenna, because she'll come and visit you.
Yeah, Japan.
She really wants to go to Japan.
Oh, I want to go. If I was to ever travel anywhere, it would be something like Tokyo.
Oh my God,
or
could
Japan
you imagine the
something.
sushi?
I would totally go.
Oh my God.
No, the spices and the fresh, yeah, whatever.
I just want the sushi.
Yeah,
And the noodle bowls. Oh my God.
Stella's first birthday and story. Tina found that.
Oh,
Simon
okay.
says Farms 119.
Right, I think that was when...
It might have been when she came home.
came home.
Yeah, that might have been it.
And story, though.
I don't know. Okay. I remember 119.
We'll have to go watch it.
Yeah.
Alright, scroll down so that we can catch up, hopefully. There's one. Nope. Oh, okay. Sarah Hartley. Actually, this is a good question.
Yeah?
Do you guys ever wake up and not feel like doing work around the farm?
You first.
Me? I asked the question.
Okay, I'll go
you
first.
Answer, and then
work around the farm? No. Going out to the barn, milking the goats, all that? Yes. There are plenty of days
working around
where to me, working around the farm is like, okay, what project am I doing? Am I working on the pillars? Am I mucking out today? Am I building this? Am I fixing this fence? Am I doing that? The goats is like, oh, that just has to get done every day. So yeah, there are plenty of days where, that's why sometimes you guys see me out there alone at 7 o'clock in the morning. Not this time of year, because I can't go out that early, because they just got milked.
And why do you go out there alone at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Because 7 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Because
it's not a trick question.
You're sleeping?
So?
At 7?
That's not when we do goat chores.
Exactly.
So you want to get it done.
I just want to get it done.
Thank you. That's
right. I just want to get, but to answer the question, no, I don't want to do it, but I just want to get it done and over with so the family can move on with their day. Like, okay, now that that's done, what's next?
I never wake up in the morning saying I don't want to do the goats. It's at night that I'm like, I busted my ass all day, I'm tired, and I don't want to do the goats tonight.
Yeah.
It's the nighttime chores that I struggle with sometimes, where I'm like, I'm just tired. And especially this time of year when you're not doing them before 9 o'clock,
Right.
I'm like, I want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But we still have to milk goats. Yeah.
Yeah, so it happens. It definitely happens. In the nighttime, I don't have a problem with the nighttime. I mean, I think for us, night's a little easier than mornings because we're only milking 2 at night instead of 3. You know, it's just 1 less.
To me,
But
by that time, I've worked all day. I'm tired. If it was a lotion room day, I've been on my feet all day long,
Right.
making something. And I just want to sit down, like, and relax and have that me time. And then it's like, oh, good. I have to go. Like, then don't get me wrong, because I'll go and then have some of that me time in the barn after milking the goats. But it's like I could really use, like, laying down in bed.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Somebody said something about don't name the pig because it sure makes it harder to swallow the bacon.
Yeah.
I actually, out of respect for the animal and that relationship, I will always name every animal, regardless to whether it's going to be eaten or not.
Right.
We've named every single one of our cows.
Yep.
And yes, it's not easy, but
out of respect, the
out of
animal's
respect,
treated better when it has
how
a name.
am I going to? I don't know.
Protect and care for that animal while it's here. If it doesn't have a
If it doesn't have
name,
a
it's
name.
like you don't mean anything. No, you do mean
You
something.
mean actually more
Yeah,
to me than
exactly.
the meat that I buy at the store, because I have a responsibility.
Yeah.
I have a responsibility that you have the best life possible. And I guess maybe I look at this process totally different than everybody else.
Right.
Because everybody is always like, don't name it, you'll get attached. And it's like, why shouldn't I get attached?
Right.
Why is it such a
Yeah,
bad thing to get attached to an animal that you care for every single day?
Yeah.
And yes, the purpose is for meat, but I've always been a believer of quantity over
quality.
Reverse. Don't listen to that part.
Yeah.
I've always believed in quality over quantity.
Right.
It doesn't matter how long the life is. It matters that it had the best life.
Right.
And I would say all of our animals have had that best life.
Mm-hmm.
And I there's this thing subconsciously, people ask a lot, how do you have all these babies every year and not get attached to all of them? How can you sell them when they get to be old enough? And it's like, because I go into kidding season knowing that the vast majority of these babies I don't get to keep. I get to love on them for the first 10 to 12 weeks.
Yep.
And then it's my job and my responsibility to then go and find them a home that can love them just as much as me or more.
Right.
And if I feel like I can do that, then sending them off to their home is not that. It makes it a little easier. It's not that it's not hard.
Makes it a little
because
easier.
I cry every year. I lose sleep every year. It's hard. But it's less hard because I know they're going to people who have their best interests in mind as well.
Right.
And it goes with the same with our meat animals, is we love on them, our kids love on them, but it's that lesson of don't take your dinner for granted.
And I don't believe in the fact that kids shouldn't know where their food comes from. I mean,
well, then you get adults who say, why can't you just buy your chicken from the grocery store where no chicken had to die? Or no animal had to die. And I'm like,
come on. Yeah.
Did you just really say that?
Yeah.
Because there's such a huge disconnect.
Right. So.
Of where your food actually comes from.
Right.
Like there's just this magic chicken tree that you go pick breasts off of.
And hey, I'm not going to go there, but I have respects for vegetarians. Like, good for you. I'm not one of them. Don't try to make me one of them, because I'm not becoming one of them. It's that simple.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, most people aren't very pushy with their
but I get
views.
it. Well, you don't even, you know. So, and we used to have. Oh my gosh, it was some of the most interesting food I think I've ever eaten. But we used to have friends that were vegan, right? We had a vegan friend that, like, he used to juice everything.
He was vegan, she was vegetarian.
Got it. Yeah. And I didn't know he couldn't I didn't know. I learned. I had no idea. I was like, oh, swanky sauce is vegan. No, it's not. It's vegetarian. It's not vegan because it has honey in it, which I didn't know. It was an educational thing. I remember when they taught me that. I was like, good to know. Did not know that.
Well, and living a true vegan lifestyle is actually extremely difficult.
Extremely difficult. Yes.
Extremely difficult.
And respect, again, not easy. Definitely not easy.
Neither is living a sustainable meat-eating diet either.
Exactly.
I understand their process of like, and their thinking of how like it's better for the planet and all this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into a big debate about it, but is it though?
The science is interesting.
The science is interesting. If you really look down at the nitty-gritty, science is interesting. All right, let's see some more question marks if there are any. If not, we're going to head out to the barn.
Yes. Mel asked, do you have mats to stand on in the lotion room? Yes. Yeah, we have rubber mats in the lotion room. We took that from my old restaurant days.
Yeah. We do have mats.
It's a tile floor, and we got rubber mats to stand on. So
I don't necessarily wear the best shoes.
No, you definitely
for
don't.
The lotion room this time of year specifically. And my feet isn't what hurts. It's usually my back by the end of the day.
Yeah.
I got back problems.
Sharon's 100% correct. Right? She grew up on a farm. You do go close to them, but they're not your pet.
Right.
There's a huge difference.
It's a huge and I can't explain it to anybody who's never done it before.
But that goes to the people that come here for goat snuggles, right? Mm-hmm. And you might see it in last week's Syman Says Saturday. Everybody says, oh my gosh, your goats are like a bunch of dogs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how we raise them. They are basically our pets. They're not.
There is a fine line.
Our cow got scary at 400 pounds. Like, there was a big difference between our cow when we had them and our goats. Like, you know, I don't know. I was basically saying what Sharon says. Like, the goats are treated like pets. They're spoiled. They're pampered or whatever.
Mel said we named our pigs Thanksgiving and Easter.
Oh, that was a good one.
We have fun with our with the names that we come up with our cows too. We've had Wellington, Meatball, Stewie.
Wellington, Meatball, and Stewie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think in that order.
Nope. Stewie was first. Wellington, I think.
Second.
Meatball.
No. Wellington.
Meatball was the middle one.
Stewie, Meatball, Wellington.
And he was a meatball. Oh my god, he was so big and dumb.
And I made a video. Tina's gonna find it somewhere.
Oh my god, Tina's like, stop!
I made a video somewhere. It's in there. I don't know what it was, and it was all about this conversation. Like, it's not easy. It was a video of me bringing the cow to the butcher. Like, it's a very well done, emotional, you'll cry video. Yeah. But it was like, even
I
for me.
do cry.
She doesn't even go.
I don't. Yeah. I have to.
She doesn't even go.
I have to.
Yep. Disconnect that day or the night before.
It's not even that day. There's a
I'm out at like 5 in the morning.
There's a process of disconnecting. While they're babies, I'm all over them. We're bottle feeding. We're loving on them. We have a video that didn't really go viral, but it's actually in another video
that went
kind of went viral, where it's Hazel playing with Stewie.
Yeah.
Hazel was
not our channel, it's somebody else's channel.
Well, it's on our channel, but the whole video, it was a compilation of different species of animals playing with other animals.
Got it.
And it was Hazel and Stewie playing through the fence, and they both like are dancing like, I don't know, they're just both running up and down the fence line.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of fun with them, but then, like, I would say a month before we send them off to the processor, I have to start just doing the bare minimum, like giving him his water, his grain, maybe petting him a little bit over the fence. I don't even go into the paddock anymore.
Yeah.
And mainly because I don't want him to step on my foot.
Oh yeah, no, that hurts.
Not because I'm distancing myself physically. I would like to be close with them, but at that point, some of them are a little more tolerant or respectful of my feet. But, you start distancing yourself from them emotionally. And it's all in hopes to make the process a little easier, but it's never easy. It's not easy. You have to really want to You have to really dedicate yourself to that process.
Yeah.
Stewie, legit, almost became a meat cow failure.
Yeah.
I really almost, he was such a kind, like, sweet-natured cow, and for him to be our first one, I was like, come on.
Yeah, that was our first one. I do remember that.
But then we got Meatball, and I was like, oh
my gosh, that time's going to come soon enough.
This isn't going to be that hard this year.
And Meatball was the one that broke, like, the fence.
Yes.
Like, bent the metal fence.
Yes.
I wouldn't let the kids go anywhere near him.
No, he was a liability.
It was time.
And Wellington was okay. He was not the level of Stewie, but also not as dangerous as Meatball. What was that?
I don't know. I'm looking at what Brenda and Miss Roger Rabbit are up to. They're having a conversation about something fancy.
Network building.
Something about build networks for a large energy company. Something like that. I don't know. They're up to something. I don't know.
They're having a conversation.
They're up to something over there. Oh, now they're talking about Cheesecake Factory. Come on. I was trying not to eat dinner tonight.
I'm only like, that's not a good idea either.
I'm
only like a week into my diet, which isn't a diet because I don't believe in diets. Just eating right. And then I had M&Ms just before we had.
So it's Thursday.
Thank you for the reminder.
Just reminding everybody, it's Thursday. I don't think I have anything planned for YouTube tomorrow. Or
I'm going to see how my soap videos came out. And then Suds Sunday.
Well, we're planning
Sudsy Sunday.
So we're planning something. So she talked about how she's making these soap videos, and every Sunday they'll be released. Think of it more like a music video almost. Yeah. Because it'll be put to music, the process of making the soap, little to no words, probably no words at all. Not her face, not her. The camera shooting down from the ceiling.
Right.
It's just the process of the soap being made. That's what it is. Maybe with a cutout to that bar being cut afterwards.
Well, and that's the tricky part is because you have to let the soap sit for a minimum of 24 hours.
So she's got to record this video, 2 days later, record this video, put them together, put the video out on Sunday. So it could be done. Thursday you make the soap. Friday or Saturday you cut the soap.
You can't cut on Saturdays,
Yeah, it's tough. So
and then
whatever.
I have to find time to edit it. So it might be a little bit of a process. I might run a week behind.
But what we might do, because you all know we're having a big soap launch on Monday or Tuesday.
It's Monday.
We might come back up here to the studio Sunday at some point. We don't know timing or whatever. Literally with one bar of every soap that's launching and just talk through them. Like, oh, this was the first bar we made, blah, 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 or this is the most popular one.
And maybe take you into the bathroom to show you how it
we could do that with one of them.
Up, like, show you the bubbles and,
maybe.
You know.
I don't know if I want to get off the couch, but...
Oh my God.
I don't know.
That's why this is still here.
Stop it. So, my point is, like, have one bar of each if you want to come. It's not QVC, but close. On Sunday.
Not really. It's just showing you an up close.
But a lot of people are like,
don't want to.
What does it smell like? Like da da da. You could talk more about it than the description on the website.
Yeah,
you know?
Like a real in-person. Yeah.
Like this is charcoal mint. It has this like blah blah blah.
So that's funny because I brought up a bar, like a little tester bar.
That's Sunday. We don't know what time. Go ahead. Tester bar. Yes.
I brought up a tester bar of the charcoal mint and I put it in the kitchen. And I used it, and then I dried my hands and I walked away. And then Tyler comes into the kitchen and he was like, "What is that smell?" And I'm like, "Well, what does it smell like?" He goes, "It smells like mint." And I was like, "Oh, that's my soap." And he goes, and then he tried it and he loved it and whatever.
Yes. That's the one right behind the kitchen sink?
Yes.
Nice.
The black and white one?
Uh-huh.
Charcoal mint?
Yeah.
Well, it's a charcoal mint, but it's called Charcoal Obsession on the website. Because I'm a little bit obsessed with that bar and how it turned out. No, I'm not really on a diet. I'm just eating right so I can lose a little bit of weight. If you want to call it a diet, sure. But I don't eliminate whole food groups from my... I don't cut carbs.
No,
you know what I mean? Because
no.
all that's going to do is make me want carbs more, and then I'll binge on noodles.
Yeah, no.
So
It's more portion control is what we're trying to do. And I'm trying to do portion control.
Are you, though?
Eat once a day. That's it.
That's not a good diet.
No, it's totally not.
So I actually...
It's totally not.
Here's my thing.
I thought we were leaving,
Oh
but
my
I
God,
guess
I
not.
wasn't done talking.
Keep going.
I'm
love
trying
it.
to keep going.
Keep going.
But you keep interrupting,
Okay.
which, by the way, they all know is my biggest pet peeve about you. Aren't you happy we did that girls' night?
Yes.
Okay. See, now it's not relevant. Soap. I can't wait.
Okay,
I'm
what'd
so
you say?
excited for Moolah La soap.
You were going to say something.
I was talking about dieting.
I know.
And
Continue.
how you actually have to eat more times a day to lose weight.
No,
So
agreed.
because you rev your metabolism, and I was gonna say how yesterday I only ate 1,100 calories, and the scale was not very happy with me this morning because of that.
Yes.
That was it.
That's it.
That was it.
That's it. I think it's time to go to the barn.
It is. I'm
And
sweating.
milk in front of the new fan. Yeah, what happened to the air conditioners in here? They're not working.
They're on, but
I don't know.
I'm hot.
Yeah. You have a blanket on too. That could be
And a
why.
Stella.
And a Stella. Stella, you gonna say bye or something? Hello.
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 Excuse me.
It's time to go to the barn, Stella.
She's gonna bite you.
She probably will.
Oh, you
Yeah.
poor thing.
It's time to go to the barn, Stella. We gotta
Come on.
go. All right.
Wake up.
We will see you guys in the barn.
Hold on, wait a second. Mr.
What?
Roger Rabbit's here now.
Whoa,
Hold on. We had a
jeez.
Mrs. and now we have a Mr.
The question is it a
Are
coincidence?
they related?
Are they related?
Is
or
this
is it a
the Mrs.
coincidence?
to your Mr.?
Oh, now we gotta wait for the answer.
Yep. Waiting.
And if it is, we're up to 20 dudes. Mr. Roger Rabbit, we finally have 20 men that watch this show.
Do we though?
No, not all at once. Yeah, not all
And
at
I think this is the second couple.
Oh, it could
Because Mr. Waif and Mrs. Waif.
be. Yeah. We should change our names to Mrs. Simon and Mr. Simon. Or Mrs.
I'm not
Swanky.
Mrs. Simon.
That's-
That is my mother-in-law.
That's true.
Okay,
Good
I'm
point.
not Mrs. Simon.
Okay, fine. Mrs. Swanky and Mr. Swanky.
Well, that doesn't make sense because this is Simon Says Farms.
That's
We're still
good point.
waiting for your answer,
Yeah,
Mr. Roger Rabbit.
Oh, I love this stop sign.
Oh, can we hold items in our cart until payday a few days after launch? You can, but that doesn't
You
guarantee.
can, but it won't hold inventory.
It doesn't hold inventory, so if we sell out between...
You'll go back to your cart and it won't let you buy it. It'll say,
Right.
sorry, this
I think
item's
we
gone.
scared away Mr. Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Stella.
Yeah, we scared away
She's
Mr.
mad.
Roger. He's
All
gone.
right, we gotta
The lady's
go.
teed
Oh,
up.
I know why. Because he can't type for a minute. Slow mo is on.
It's been a minute,
Well, now it has.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I made dessert soaps. She's more adventure. Wait a second.
I'm so confused. Wait a second. This one just said,
Oh no, I'm more. See, she's talking about. So they're talking to each other now in chat.
Oh.
I
Wait a
made
second.
dessert soaps. She's more.
Then this one
adventurous.
just laughed at us. I'm done. No answer. Time to
We
go.
gotta go milk some
I gotta go
goats.
milk a goat. We'll figure it out eventually. You'll come back next week.
All right. Thanks for
All right,
joining us,
thank you,
guys.
everybody. We will
Everybody
see you
stay safe
in
out
the barn.
there.
Yeah,
And
cool.
if you see-
Like, if it's hot out, eat and drink stuff. Don't be like me. Go ahead.
Oh, you're done now?
I thought we were talking at the same time. It was kind of entertaining.
Really? This is so much fun. I can't wait to do it again soon. Bye!
Oh, you
You're
want me
gonna
to...
click the button or not?
Yeah, sure. I'm clicking it. Hang on. Did you see that look on